talkSPORT Sports Update with NordVPN, our fastest, most advanced VPN for digital privacy and security.
With the headlines at 1:01, I'm Tom Clayton. Good afternoon. Bradley Barcola is a big game player and should have a positive impact on Liverpool. So says talkSPORT's Simon Jordan, who thinks he arrives better placed to be immediately successful compared to Alexander Isak.
But when it comes to coming from PSG and having won the Champions League, having dominated Europe, playing a significant part in what is a team that has been recognised probably as the best team in Europe, I think is a better blueprint.
We understand Liverpool and PSG have agreed terms on a £100 million deal, rising to 120 with add-ons. Meanwhile, Ayoub Bouadi will be ready to play straight away. He's arrived at City and could feature tomorrow night against Palace, live and exclusively on talkSPORT. Enzo Maresca says he's impressed with his maturity.
He doesn't look 18. He looks already mature. That is important. But again, in this case, we need to go slowly because it's very young. Came from different country, needs adaptation. So no rush for him.
Elsewhere today, HMRC have filed a petition for Jamie Carragher to be declared bankrupt over an unpaid tax bill. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia has declared its support for FIFA President Gianni Infantino. And a tough start for England in tough conditions at Lord's. talkSPORT's Sam Ellard.
Both openers gone cheaply. England 30 for 2. Gay went first for 8. A leg side delivery from Abbas. Gay looking to work leg side but doesn't get the right execution. Taking down the leg side. An incredible diving catch from Rizwan to his right hand side. Then Abbas gets Ben Duckett for 17. He gets one to come back into the left-hander. Trapped him LBW, given not out on field. A good review, though, by Bubba Azam. The ball was hitting the top of off stumps. So both England openers are out. It's now Jordan Cox and Joe Root with the crease. A good start for Pakistan after winning the toss and bowling first. England 29 for 2.
talkSPORT News.
The UK offers £5 million and on-the-ground help to Nepal as it continues post-flooding rescue efforts, and a huge drop in hotel-based asylum seekers over the last year. More with Toby at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. With over 600 centres across the UK, most of which open 7 days a week, we're always there when you need us. QuickFit. Drive away happy every time.
Weather warnings for thunderstorms remain in place in central areas. That band of rain moves in a northwesterly direction this afternoon. Warm and humid, especially in the south.
How's that? Next March, the England cricket team face Australia in the 150th anniversary Test match down under. And as always, the Barmy Army will be there. And thanks to talkSPORT, Visit Victoria could be too. Enter now at talksportwin.com for the chance to score an incredible week-long trip for two to watch the 150th anniversary Test match in Melbourne with Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army. Enter now at talksportwin.com and get ready to experience the electric atmosphere that only a Barmy Army tour delivers.
Yes, this is Paul Hawksbee and Charlie Baker with you through until 4 here on talkSPORT, where this afternoon, Charlie, please tell us what's coming up.
Coming up over the next 3 hours, we'll look ahead to tonight in Europe, as well as the Champions League draw. Discover what it takes to become Haaland and Rice's go-to boot customizer.
Yeah.
And we're joined by one of the stars of 50 Cent's new gangland boxing drama, Fightland.
We'll also discuss Rocket Ronnie's ill-timed gas. Charlie trolls me with, and they never scored again. You can probably guess what he meant.
Sorry.
And Tim Vickery brings us the latest from South America.
Yes, all this plus all of today's big transfer stories, and it's a kids' game and a waste of half an hour. It could only be the birthday spread, Paul.
That's right. It's all coming up. It's 5 minutes past 1. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Charlie.
Yeah, great win for Spurs last night, Paul.
Tremendous. It's better than losing.
Shake off the dust of the weekend.
Yes, indeed.
I didn't listen to you Monday because I thought I don't think I can cope with just the disappointment in your voice.
Yeah,
there must have been.
I was just so fed up with watching us be useless. Not the word I probably would have used. Game after game, season after season. But yeah, I mean, for 40 minutes last night, they were not stunning. They played in front of a Charlton team that made a lot of changes and were a bit pedestrian. But kind of once they scored the first goal, it was a good goal as well. You sort of felt that is probably it, and so it proved.
A goal on debut, though, for Savio, Paul.
Yeah.
And I did say to you, and he never scored again.
Yeah.
Now,
you're just trolling me now.
Would you like the quiz question, Paul?
Go on,
Who
then.
scored a spectacular goal on his Tottenham debut against Leicester City in 2003 and never scored another goal for Spurs?
Wow.
Wow. I mean, I didn't recognise the name, but that isn't,
Against Leicester City.
Yes, who scored a goal
I remember
on his Spurs debut against Leicester 2003.
Wasn't Jamie O'Hara.
And then he never scored another goal
Too
for
early for him.
Spurs.
I remember Mido scoring on his first game. We thought, we've got a player here.
Yeah.
And then he was massively diminishing returns. But it wasn't Mido either.
Wasn't Mido.
No, you've got me.
And there's also another one, which is Norwich City.
Yeah.
A Norwich City striker, club record fee, then scored on his debut and never scored another goal for the club. That was Ricky van Wolfswinkel.
Oh, yeah, Ricky van Wolfswinkel.
Scored on debut.
Sold a lot of shirts, though, obviously.
The Spurs player is Mbelelo Mabizela.
Oh, Mabizela, yeah.
Mabizela scored on debut, never scored again, Paul. So I'm just putting that in your mind for in a few weeks' time. And you go, well, he scored that goal on debut. That was a good one when he's just put another one over the bar.
South African star, if I remember rightly. Yeah, it was. It was a lovely goal. It was kind of trademark, bit of weavage and burying it in the bottom corner.
It was nice.
When everybody expecting the curler in the top corner.
Bit of
I
energy.
would say, it was scored against an understrength Charlton team that were on the floor and effectively out of the tie. So you can never read too much. If he can do that against Newcastle on the weekend, I think we'll all be delighted.
But there's a new energy to Spurs, Paul. There's a new.
Well, there wasn't for 40 minutes.
There's a new positivity. I saw last night. I didn't see them at the weekend, Max Rushton was saying.
I think
saying they did nothing for 90 minutes.
No, they were terrible.
Yeah.
You've got to judge them really. I think in the league games, and you want to see a little bit of that. At the weekend. But
and now you've got Liverpool away in the next round of the Carabao.
Yeah,
that was nice, wasn't it?
Tottenham's incredible luck in cup competitions, which we always seem to have. So
as soon as I saw Arsenal get Ipswich, I thought Paul's going to be thinking, who are we going to get?
Was it Norwich or Ipswich, or was it Dagenham and Redbridge?
Ipswich v Arsenal.
Oh, okay.
And Spurs have got Liverpool away, Paul.
To be honest, they'd probably beat Ipswich at Ipswich. They'd probably beat Liverpool at Liverpool. They
did look very good. Very good indeed.
So, a couple of things to get you going on, and they never scored again.
Yes.
If you've had a player like that over the years that came in, they scored on debut, and see, this is Charlie basically trolling me. This it's the sort of thing
I don't think it's going to happen.
When he put it on our WhatsApp group, I thought, is this for Chat GPT?
Yeah.
It was that on the nose. So, talking about on the nose, this is a story, and we'll try and treat it with the delicacy and decorum you should when people are eating their lunch. Ronnie O'Sullivan said our old mate Rob Moore from The Sun is stinking out the place at the Wuhan Open.
All right.
But not on the snooker table. The Rocket is struggling with gas due to the exotic food in China.
Oh, okay.
On their Instagram account, there's footage of the 7-time world champion trumping repeatedly. Why share?
Not Judd trumping.
No, not Judd. Why share that with the class? He broke wind as he walked away from a match with Sean Murphy.
Yeah.
Says
on purpose or
no? He called to his partner.
Just slipped out.
Layla, she said, "Poor Sean Murphy getting a taste of last night's sweet potato."
Oh, no.
Come on. It's a bit too much info, but it did strike us, as we said, and we asked you to approach it with a kind of lightness of touch and decorum that the talkSPORT heartland is known for. That's bad timing, isn't it?
Very bad timing.
Doing something like that at the worst possible time.
Yeah. Or if some people can do it to order, Paul.
Yeah, but
so
do you want to know about them? Like a roll of honour?
There was a darts player, wasn't there? You did it in the last Worlds.
Yeah.
I think there was complaints about it. But, look, we want to hear when people... When one slipped out.
The worst possible moment.
Hey, come in, Brown, you're through moment.
No. We're not going to those extremes.
Okay.
We don't want to go any further than that. Okay, it's not classy, I know, but it's happened to a sports person that we all know. So did you do a Ronnie Rocket, and what was the worst moment you ever did it in? And we'll bring you the ones that we can bring you between now and 4 o'clock. talksport.com, text 81089, tweet to TSH and J, 03717 223344. And as we said, and they never scored again.
And they never scored again, Paul.
Yeah, those players you sign, I thought, this is it, this is the future. But I loved Sam. He didn't give a thought to the context. He got his goal.
He had the celebration lined up.
Yeah, everybody's been talking. Yeah, he did all that. And then he picked up the corner flag.
Look at me against Charlton away.
Then he picked up the corner at home.
Sorry.
Yeah.
At home.
But anyway.
In the Carabao Cup.
He looked lively, and there's not been many things to excite Tottenham fans in the last 2 and a bit seasons. So I'll take anything we can get. We are going to talk transfers first off with Alex Crook. Some of the deals that look like they're getting done. Others that could still potentially
Spurs
get
got any
done.
more lined up, Paul? Is that it?
After Marmouche? Well, I don't know. This is the after Barkler to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Gakpo could be on the market. City
Martinez to Chelsea. I quite like that. I think obviously Chelsea need a decent keeper.
Funny enough, Andy and I were talking about that on Monday.
Oh, you made that
because he is not massively keen on Roberts.
No, I heard that. Yeah, I know.
So we'll get the latest from Crookie on that. Zayn Ahmed is on the undercard of Itoma Hrgovic, a young fighter making his way in the pro game.
Yeah, great.
He's had one pro fight, had a decent amateur record, one pro fight, and which he won. And he's going to be fighting at the O2 for the big fight at the weekend.
Feels like a proper big fight, this Itoma fight. On the verge of potential greatness there, isn't he? So
popping in to see us, Greg Rutherford will be joining us for a chat in the world of athletics. He's got Diamond League tonight. We'll talk a bit of football as well. He's a big United fan. From the world of rugby league, Scully will join us. The great Paul Scolford, St Helens legend. He's getting on his bike, and he'll be telling us why. Chat GPT will join us.
Yeah, good.
We will be chatting to the footwear customiser to the stars. Haaland, Yamal, Usain Bolt. He's even worked with Declan Rice, one of his early customers. So he takes their boots, their cleats or their spikes or whatever, and then he customises them.
Oh, very nice. Makes some
kids' names on some of them, whatever. It's
amazing.
Quite sort of like graffiti art from what I've seen, but I think he's quite versatile. But he's popping in to see us. We look forward to that. Stephen Grant, Brighton fan, they take on Tromso this evening. 0-0 from the first leg, but you kind of expect him to get it done at their place.
You think so?
And Tim Vickery and the birthday spread. So a busy show as always, but we will kick off with our own Alex Crook, our chief football correspondent, looking at the day's transfers. To get in touch, talksport.com/H&J, text to 81089, tweet to TSH&J 03717223344. We'll keep you in touch with the cricket throughout the afternoon, which was rain delayed. Tough old start for England. And it looks like at the moment, Pakistan were right to put us in, but we'll see how that unfolds during the afternoon. We're here with Tool Station. Stay switched on with lighting and electrical essentials. First stop, Tool Station.
I saw Martin doing his interview afterwards and covering the players. It was an appallingly cowardly performance from Celtic.
Cowardly?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the goal that really started the rot was an unforgivable error from one of their players knocking it back into the space where the guy can just run in and score a goal, which brought them back from the dead, this team. And then to concede goals directly after half-time, you wonder what managers say to these players at half-time that makes them so unresponsive that they go and concede a goal. But I thought it was a dreadful performance. And all this nonsense about, they might have got lucky in the first leg. I didn't hear that narrative being spun out when they won the first leg 3-0. All of a sudden, people are saying, well, they got lucky in the first leg. They did have a lot of shots on goal, this team. Their expected XG was 3 last week, but they didn't score 3. They scored 0.
Yeah.
And in this instance, you look at the performance and you go, what Martin taking the blame for it. This is not about Martin O'Neill. This was about the players on the field. And they didn't buy this player. And they sold £36 million worth of players and they only bought in £32 million worth of players. And the players that came off the bench didn't look like they had the wherewithal. It should never got to the stage where extra time came to play and the players that came off the bench look all lost. They were just cowardly. They were 4-0 up in a Champions League qualifier with the game done. They hand them back an initiative by giving them 1 goal, and then they absolutely capitulate.
Yes, yeah. Cowardly.
But I mean, I know that will be extra, that will be lifted up and maybe quoted somewhere else. But you can't think of any other word. Now, Martin can do all the best he wants. Now, Martin will be privately seething and sitting there and realising that the players have let him down.
Fuming.
But what he will do as an old school manager is deflect from the players and make it about himself. There's nothing about what Martin O'Neill did on that pitch that could legislate or on the dugout,
Yeah.
or what tactics to set up that can legislate for a capitulation of that order.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on? This is literally Premier League football drama at its absolute best.
Oh
my Gabriel!
I can't watch this. You definitely saw it then.
Messi! No! Guys! Come on! Get in it!
What was that?
You see this crap every single game in the Premier League!
Oh, this is...
No goal.
No.
That was embarrassing.
Transfer deadline day with me, Jim White, and we are live on talkSPORT.
Oh, give it away to Isak. There's his goal. Alexander Isak.
Earth the weight.
Go on.
A 3-word tweet. Alexander Isak confirmed as a Liverpool player.
And another attacker, along with Nick Voltemada, is about to come in. Johan Wissa from Brentford will join. He's in Newcastle.
I mean, one stinker goes out, one stinker comes in. Well done, Newcastle. You've got one coming in doing the same thing to Brentford that you were complaining about.
The young goalkeeper from Royal Antwerp, we're hearing, is travelling to Manchester, and it would appear that this is on 21 million euros, no sell-on, 5-year contract.
Yep, just 5 days to go until we do it all again. That was just a bit of a flavour of last year. So our top team on transfers will be right across it, of course, on deadline day. Adrian Durham and Premier League manager Steve Bruce on air from 7. Before the king of transfers, talkSPORT very own Jim White returns for his second show of the day. That's from 10 p.m. till the 11 deadline. Alongside him, front and centre, of course, will be our chief football correspondent, one of our fine transfer gurus, Alex Crook. Hi, Crookie.
Hey, Crookie. Afternoon, boys. We really are on the home straight now, aren't we?
Yeah, it's you do. I was talking to Ben Jacobs the other day. I think you're of a similar line. We're going to be in for a busy few days, aren't we?
Yeah, it feels like it's already been a very busy last 24 hours or so, and I think you're right. It will build up to a crescendo on deadline day. Some big deals still to be done. Obviously, Barker to Liverpool looks like that will happen now, although Liverpool sources stressing to me this morning there is still work to be done, but they have an agreement in place now with PSG, 100 million guaranteed, rising to 120 million. What does that mean for the future of Cody Gakpo? Could they now be open to interest from Spurs for him? We're keeping tabs on that one. Manchester City are getting busy in the final day of the window. We're anticipating a bid will go in for Enzo Fernandez, but it might well be less than the 120 million quid that Chelsea were asking for when they put that hard deadline in place, 10 days ago? So, yeah, lots of interesting stories developing.
Do you think that they need to get another one in before they'd let Gakpo go, or do you think Gakpo's nose will be put out of joint and he might be looking for a way out, knowing that, Barker's likely to play more than he does? Or can the two of them play together?
Well, I guess they could. I guess you could play one of them off the right. But the impression I've always got from people close to Cody Gakpo is actually quite fancies a change of scenery. He's quite open to this move to Tottenham. There was some talk of Manchester City, but that was quickly shot down to me. I don't think that move will happen. But yeah, Barcola is quite a similar player in many ways. Well, certainly plays on the left-hand side as Gakpo prepares to do. I guess the issue that Liverpool have got is Ekitike is out for a long time still, and you're never quite sure about Alexander Isak's fitness. And obviously, Gakpo can play through the middle if needed. So I think most Liverpool fans would prefer him to stick around. But we know that Fenway Sports are quite frugal with the way they do business. They spent a lot of money last summer. This is another big undertaking, so they may well look to try and recoup some of that by cashing in.
Tammy Abraham to Ipswich. I mean, could the last person out of Aston Villa please turn the lights off? I mean, they're going to run out of strikers at this rate, aren't they?
Well, they are getting players in. Nicholas Jackson is having a medical there today. That's a £65 million deal. He's agreed personal terms as well, so that one will happen. It's not really worked out for Tammy Abraham, has it, since he returned to the Premier League? I've never got the impression that Unai Emery has complete faith in him. You'd have thought with Ollie Watkins going, maybe this would be his opportunity, but there does seem optimism certainly coming out of Portman Road. This loan deal will get done, maybe even in time for him to play at Old Trafford on Sunday. I think he'd have to be registered, would he, by midday tomorrow in order for that to happen?
Wow. Yeah, probably would be, wouldn't it? Yeah, on the Friday. Emi Martinez to Chelsea. Andy made it pretty clear on Monday that he didn't think, Robert Sanchez was up to the job. How likely is this to happen, you think, Rookie?
I think pretty likely. Now that it's out in the public domain, it would be, I think, a bad look for Chelsea if they didn't get the deal done. What does it say about their faith or lack of in Robert Sanchez? He had a nightmare, didn't he, at Fulham on Monday night? But if I was a Chelsea fan, I would like to think that a new goalkeeper was in their minds even before that West London derby. I'm not sure it was, because the message we were getting, myself and Ben Jacobs, all summer was that Chelsea were happy with Sanchez as number one. They had other players like Mike Penders who were going to put pressure on him, and they weren't necessarily looking for a new shot stopper, but they seem to have pivoted now to Martinez. He obviously has fallen down the pecking order at Villa with the arrival of Suzuki and Marco Bizot starting the game at the weekend. So this might be a deal that works out well for all concerned. My question, if I was a Chelsea fan, would be how good is Martinez these days? He didn't have a great World Cup, did he, even though Argentina got to the final?
I'm just going to ask you about Iliman and Jai as well, Everton. I mean, they really will not want to lose him. How much is he pushing to get out?
I think he's been pushing all summer. There was talk of maybe a lucrative move to Saudi Arabia, but I think his preference was always to stay in the Premier League. And this Manchester City exclusive that we broke on kickoff last night does seem to be gathering pace. We know that City are in talks with Everton over Jack Grealish, potentially returning on loan. Aston Villa are also interested in Grealish, but we believe at talkSPORT his preference is to go back and play for David Moyes, having enjoyed it there last season. So during the course of those conversations, they'll also be talking about Iliman and Jai. It's going to take a big bid, I think, maybe in excess of £80 million, but I think he'd be a good signing for City. And they need someone, because obviously Marmoush is Tottenham bound. That could even be confirmed as early as today. They don't really have a backup option now for Erling Haaland, and Jai, as well as being able to play on the left, he can play in the 10. He could be a number 9 if needed as well.
I mean, Arsenal are in the mix for him as well, aren't they, in Jai? So, but you think City are favourites?
I think City seem to be more advanced at this moment in time. The Arsenal links have always been there, but I think Julian Alvarez is still their top target. Obviously, we had that statement from Atletico Madrid confirming he wouldn't be sold to Barcelona. Still no real encouragement, I don't think, that he wants to join Arsenal, but if they get that encouragement, then I would expect them to step up their pursuit of him.
Nathan, the Villa fan's been in touch on 1089. Can you please ask about Leao to Villa, please? Any?
There's been a few stories about Rafa Leao. He just strikes me. He's one of those players that can be brilliant and can be quite terrible. He's just the ultimate flake. He's got Spurs written all over him, really. But I don't know what's going on with him. He's going to be quite expensive, wouldn't he?
Well, I think it'll be a loan deal. That's what Aston Villa are trying to fresh out. But a big loan fee in the region of £8 million and then an obligation at the end of the season. This tells you that despite selling all those players, Aston Villa is still a bit cautious when it comes to staying on the right side of financial regulations. Maybe that's why Joel Ordonez at Club Brugge has slipped through their fingers. Looks like he's Crystal Palace bound. Leao has a huge offer on the table from Galatasaray, as much as 250 grand a week. Now, obviously, Villa can't match that. So if he does choose Villa, then kudos to him for putting sporting success before money. But with that wage packet in mind, it might be difficult for Villa to compete. And I agree with you, Paul. I think when he first burst onto the scene, we thought, well, this lad is going to be absolutely world class. Hasn't quite lived up to the hype, has he?
Has the Liam Delap deal gone through?
Yes, yeah, 45 million guaranteed, could rise to as much as 50. So either way, it's a club record deal for Forest, and it looks a really good sell for Chelsea, bearing in mind his lack of minutes, his lack of goals last season.
And all of Chelsea's sales, they've sort of doubled their money on loads of different players, haven't they? So it doesn't look too bad.
They're going to make a bit of
business,
make a bit of a profit on Enzo Fernandez. Everybody raised their eyebrows at 105 million, but that seems like that's the going rate for a player now. 105 million. It's what they're spending in the National League.
It is.
Just quickly on Alex Scott, a few stories today suggesting that if they let Fernandez go, that's who they would like to get in Chelsea from Bournemouth. What are the chances, Crookie, finally?
Well, I spoke to somebody senior at Bournemouth yesterday, and they weren't anticipating another offer from Chelsea. We know of at least one bid of 64 million that was rejected earlier in the window. Bournemouth's stance has always been that they don't want to sell this summer. I think it would take a massive bid for them to change their mind. So at the moment, Bournemouth pretty relaxed about the situation. But you'd think Chelsea would want someone in if they sell Enzo Fernandez. I wasn't overly impressed with Romeo Lavia in midweek, and it could be a weak area of the team if Fernandez does go to City.
Nice one, Crookie. Thanks very much.
Thanks.
Cheers, guys.
Alex Crook, our chief football correspondent there. As we said, the window slam shut Tuesday the 1st of September. And we'll have everything for you on deadline day here on talkSPORT. You can download our free talkSPORT app. Watch us on your smart TV or YouTube. Follow the live blog at talksport.com, all the breaking news. And you can also check out the new talkSPORT Daily podcast. They'll be talking transfers, Max Scott and Crookie, all the big deals and all the ones that could happen. And Fernandez and Julian Alvarez and Barkala and lots more besides. You can go and listen on the talkSPORT app or wherever you get your podcast.
Lovely stuff.
I looked up a couple of times and Joe Root was nearly getting out. And unfortunately...
They are trying to get out.
Unfortunately, used up all his life. Sam Ellard has the details.
Yeah, he was dropped early on in his innings, but Joe Root is out. It's a dream start for Pakistan. We had a delayed start until 12:20 here at Lords. In bowler-friendly conditions, Pakistan won the toss and bowled first. They've got 3 early wickets. The third to go, the big one, Joe Root for 4. He was dropped on 1 at third, slipped, but Mohammad Abbas gets Joe Root. Keeper standing up, he gets one to come back into the right-hander, playing on the back foot, hits him on the pad, and he's out LBW for 4. Joe Root wasn't interested in a review. He went straight back to the pavilion. Mohammad Abbas got both openers cheaply. Emilio Gay was caught down the leg side for 8. Then Abbas got one to come back into Ben Duckett and trapped him LBW for 17. So it's Jordan Cox who hit his maiden half century at Headingley last week in just his second test match. He's unbeaten on 12. Harry Brook new to the crease. He got off the mark with a boundary first ball, a nice half volley which he clipped off his pads into the leg side, although Harry Brook off Muhammad Ali in the previous over played a rash shot looking to throw his hands at a short and wide ball and beat him on the outside edge. So Pakistan off to a good start. 3 early wickets. Brook and Cox to the crease. Lunches at 2 o'clock this afternoon. England with work to do at 49 for 3.
Thank you very much, Sam. It does look a bit tricky out there, doesn't
it? Yeah.
Back, the ball's doing a bit...
Good toss to win, Paul, as they say.
Yeah, it certainly was. So we keep an eye on that. 49 for 3 England, and they've still got another half hour before they take lunch, because even though they only started at 12:30, cricketers really can't function unless they've had a ham sandwich within an hour and a half, of course.
It's constant eating. That's what I have to do.
That's it.
Please, just constant eating.
Greg Rutherford's going to join us for a chat, but before that, Zain Ahmed, a fine young boxer, is on the undercard of Itoma versus Hrgovic at the O2, and he's going to pop in and see us in a few moments' time.
Emmanuel Petit joined the station yesterday and spoke on the difference that he could make to this Liverpool side.
On the left flank, this guy can make so many differences. And this is what's missing as well with Liverpool, the speed, something that can be fast, running with the ball, that can not scare, of fighting against defenders, and this is exactly what they are missing at Liverpool. They have good players, but they need, modern football is based on the fast players, who can make a decision within a few seconds, can make differences, with the ball. And I don't think many players, at Liverpool actually for that.
Well, he's right, Gabby, isn't he? Oh. I mean, it's not all about pace, but I tell you what, nowadays, if you
pace kills, Ali.
Oh my goodness! Come on. Well, you know better than MD. You know better than MD, mate.
Pace kills, Ali. And Liverpool would be interesting how they set up now, Ali, with Barcola in the team, because they could half in certain games, Ali, sit back a little bit,
Yeah.
Bring the opposition out and Barcola on the counter.
Ooh. I agree with you. However, I think that'd be very, very difficult to do for any Liverpool side at Anfield.
Yes,
because I'm not
sure. More away from home.
The fans just, and quite rightly, encourage them to go and attack, and have been used to that for years and years. So I hear what you're saying, but I think it'd be very difficult.
That threat though as well, Ali. Just having that pace. Like Sean says, it scares defenders.
Of course it does.
You're okay. Right side centre half's got to squeeze over and double up on Barcola. You can't leave him 1v1. He's ripping any defender in the Premier League 1v1. He's unstoppable, Ali. You can't be quick and tall and long strides and everything. He's a different animal.
Aguero, Solskjaer, Deeney. Sure, you know all about those last-minute goals, but have you heard the one about the on-loan goalkeeper who saved his temporary employers from disappearing out the Football League and into almost certain financial oblivion? Back in 1999, Carlisle United, managed by Nigel Pearson, were fighting to stay in the Football League. Carlisle's finances were precarious with a capital P that season, leading to a scenario where, with 3 games to go, they had to ask the FA to sanction an emergency loan deal to bring in a goalkeeper. Swindon Town's Jimmy Glass arrived at the club. His efforts in his first 2 games earned the Cumbrians 2 draws. Those vital points meant that Carlisle went into their final game of the Division 3 season, now League 2, needing to beat mid-table Plymouth Argyle in front of their own fans and hope their relegation rival Scarborough didn't win against Peterborough at home. The game at the McCain Stadium finished 1-1, and with the same scoreline at Brunton Park deep into injury time, Scarborough's fans invaded the pitch en masse, believing their Football League status was secure. However, Carlisle won a corner in the dying seconds and up came Jimmy Glass. In one of those you couldn't make it up moments, Glass scored from a rebounded header and was promptly swamped by teammates and thousands of fans who quite simply couldn't believe what they'd just witnessed.
What's at stake? Of course, it's the biggest fight of my life.
There is the disruptive power of this exciting teenager.
He's the best I've seen since Muhammad Ali.
Moses Italma gets the biggest win of his professional life. Moses Italma! Oh, that's it! Recovered from that. Down went Franklin, and now Moses Italma bows to his crowd.
This is the hardest fight. Like professional, amateur, the threat, the opposition.
With respect to Filip Hrgović, Moses Atoma is going to go through him.
I don't buying that story, that hype. I'm not buying that.
Don't buy it, you'll see it.
Yes, we bring you live boxing this weekend on talkSPORT. Moses Atoma was on with Jim Simon and Addy a little bit earlier on. Faces the very experienced Filip Hrgović at the O2. On the undercard that evening.
It's a good undercard.
Up-and-coming pro fighter, just turned pro. I think he's 1-0. We'll find out very shortly. Zain Ahmed, it's a super featherweight, and he has joined us in the studio with his manager, Sam Jones. Good to see you both.
Hey, Zain.
Hello, guys.
Nice to meet you both.
So, Zain, how you feeling ahead of this one? It's fighting in the O2. When was your first fight?
My first fight was actually at the O2 as well.
Oh, okay. So like your second home.
Yeah. You've moved in.
So what fight are you in the bill?
I actually don't know. I think Sam knows. But
Sam, when will Zain be on? What sort of time? Because, I mean, people will be able to watch on the zone throughout the evening, won't they?
I think the card's quite a stacked card. So Zain's having, is it a 6-rounder or is it a 4? I should really know this.
I think it's my last 4.
Fire myself. Yeah, it's probably a 4-rounder for Zain this time. So probably about 6:30 he'll be on. We sold a lot of tickets, so there'll be a lot of racket in there for him on Saturday.
Ah,
so
okay.
400 or 500 tickets, so it's big numbers.
So you've got a bit of an army. You've got a sort of little fan base already.
Got the whole of Slough coming.
Oh, yeah.
How have you built that? How have you built those numbers? Is that a social media thing or people following you from grassroots level?
To be fair, where I'm from, the community is great, man. Like, we all support each other and, yeah.
Yeah.
They support me.
His dad's the big part of that as well. His dad's the ticket man. His dad does very, very well for him as well, like gathering the support for him. But it's only going to keep getting bigger and bigger for him.
Of course, yeah.
You come from a bit of a boxing family, we understand. Hamza Shiraz, your cousin, is that right?
Yeah, correct.
He came in with us kind of right at the start of his career, very sort of similar setup to you, a couple of fights in. But there was something about him, you could tell. He had a steely sort of character, but he was a lovely lad. He came across very well when he came in the studio, and he's going from strength to strength at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, man, it's great. I followed his whole journey. I was there for his pro debut. Yeah, just a big inspiration to me, to be honest.
Yeah.
What's your journey into the fighting, Zain? Were you naughty boy at school? That's often a lot of the
channeling it.
A lot of people definitely was.
And you find a way to channel it, you know.
A bit of that, but to be honest, a lot of my family do it because he said Hamza, my uncle as well. Like, this is back in the 90s. He was a very decorated amateur. Yeah. So it was just all the family did it and just stuck to it. Loved it.
So is the kind of gym in your blood then? It's just there's an expectation because of that you'll go along to the gym and did you like it straight away?
Yeah, I fell in love with it. Like, being a kid, like the aspect of fighting and being another person, it just it appealed to me.
A lot of people like that self-control. You know, they find that they can control themselves and that affects the rest of their life as well. You know. Yeah,
definitely. But I think I really do love boxing. I'm a real student of the game, man. Again, Hamza was a big inspiration to that.
Yeah, you turned pro last year, is that right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, did you ever consider, there was a Commonwealth Games coming up, there was a Olympics coming up, or what was the catalyst for turning pro?
Well, I had a very good amateur career. I won 3 national titles. I was on the England setup for about 5 years, and when I would have been about 19, and seeing like Hamza and like a lot of other fighters and them going through the process of turning pro, it just appealed to me a lot more, to be honest with you. World titles is my goal and that's my dream.
The other thing as well, Sam, is that the trouble with things like the Olympics is that with good boxers, can be sawn off, can't they? We see you put all that work in, you only get every 4 years you get there, you get a bad bit of judging, and that's it. Your dream's over. We've seen that happen to too many fighters, haven't we?
Being picked as well in the amateurs, it's a lot of internal politics as well on who goes to what tournament.
Yeah.
So if you go yourself on the cycle, for example, for 4 years, it's a lot of time to put in to be told at the end, so and so's been to more tournaments, so you could get a niggle, and then that's it. It's done.
Yeah.
So, but no, he's good enough, and what he's done as well. The reason why he's been out for so long, he changed coaches to Huzaifa Iqbal. He located, it's in Surrey, his gym, and he's in a thriving gym there. And he's took himself out of the game for about 6 or 7 months to basically get bigger, get his man strength. And now I think you'll see, I know you'll see the best performance of his career so far on Saturday, a big spiteful performance.
So when you're looking to pick opponents for someone like Zain, who's sort of an up-and-comer and there's a lot of eyes on, it's Liam Fitzmaurice he fights in this 4-rounder. So how do you arrive at those opponents? How does that happen?
It's preferably someone that doesn't hit back, that's it.
Falls over
Somebody who does a Kirkland Lang or Errol Graham with hands behind their back. Yeah,
Do you know what it is with that aspect of it? You're better off fighting people that are like he's a boxer. He's a box fighter. He's not going to be a Gennady Golovkin. He's a beautiful boxer, very accurate, spiteful puncher. He's going to be better when someone comes on and tries to beat him. So you'll see him go through the levels, go through the levels, and this guy will hopefully come and bring the fight to Zane.
So you want someone who'll kind of give you a good workout, ask some questions of you, but allow you to hopefully do your thing and get another victory.
Absolutely.
And who do you fancy for the main event on?
Yeah, will you
Saturday?
come out again and watch?
Will you all being well, you'll come and watch it, won't you?
Yeah, 100%, man. I got most of the time winning. I reckon he wins inside 6.
Yeah,
I think he's
That's really, it's funny. I was thinking that the closer we get to it, we've been saying, oh, he's going to go in, do some hard rounds, Hrgović. As we get closer to it, I think he's going to finish him off in about 4 rounds.
Yeah.
I think he'll get
His
it.
hand
speed's
incredible. The thing is, we as Brits, right? We put a lot of pressure on our young, whether it's a footballer. Moses Talma is he 21 or 21?
Yeah.
21. He's a child. When I was 21, I don't even know what I was doing.
I don't think I want to know.
I wouldn't even announce it. I wouldn't even tell you on here what I was doing when I was 21. I definitely wouldn't be allowed in here. But no, when he was 20, he's 21. Hrgović, I've known for a long time. He's an Olympic bronze medalist. He is no mug. He's got a granite chin. He's a ferocious puncher. If Moses Itama, I think there's 9-1. If Moses Itama gets rid of him in 4 rounds, you have got an absolute generational superstar on your hands there, Moses Itama. I see him winning for sure. But it would not shock me if Hrgović caused him at least problems.
It does feel a step up. Do you feel as a manager, maybe, I know not his manager, but you think it's a too big a step up?
No, I don't think it's too, because I think Moses is, again, a general champion. I think he'll win the fight, but people are talking as if it's nothing. It's literally like going on holiday to Benidorm, then the Maldives after that.
Right, yeah.
It's a huge leap in class. Jermaine Franklin, no disrespect, is not a world level operator in my opinion. Hrgović is a proven world level operator. So it's going to be a fantastic card, but with the standout performance from him.
Yes, of course.
I said, Zane, you're super featherweight, but you've dropped down for this fight, haven't you? You've dropped down.
No.
He's getting bigger.
Yeah, gone a bit bigger.
Oh, am I going mad? I thought okay.
I was a feather from my first fight.
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough. So, okay, but you're feeling very confident. So 4 rounds is...
Hopefully my last 4 rounder, because I think the more rounds I'll be definitely more explosive and more spiteful.
Yeah. But you want it to be 1 round, of course.
Yeah.
These kids, they're in a rush to look good, and sometimes you can end up smoothing your work, but he's going to be nice and patient, and I'm sure the stoppage will come on Saturday for him.
And how much does social media come into that? You know, are you looking for those big knockouts? Are you looking for that? Is that how you go up and up and up the bill, and become more and more popular?
It's this generation, is it? So social media is important. The highlight reel stoppages but he's got a style that is going to be crowd pleasing. He puts his shots together so well. I watched him spar for the first time in quite a while. He came to Manchester and he was electric. So he's really come on in these last few months. His coach has done a fantastic job, and I honestly, you'll see if you look out for him on Saturday. There's going to be, say 400-500 tickets for someone his age is fantastic.
So Saturday's the day to go shopping in Slough, Paul. If you if you want to get parking
or burgling.
Yeah.
Of course not.
Don't promote that.
Depends which way you want to think about it.
Yeah. Good stuff. Well, Zane, all the best.
Thank you.
We'll be watching. I'm going to keep an eye out for you. I'll tune in early doors and see how you get on. So we wish you well, and we'll keep an eye on your career. Give our best to Hamza. We haven't seen him for a while as he's worked his way up the ladder. So when's he next fighting? When he's in.
To be honest, I wouldn't know, because he's doing his own journey. But I would reckon end of the year.
Yeah.
End of the year.
Well, good stuff.
Good stuff. Good luck.
And we wish you well.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for having us, guys.
Thank you.
Zain Ahmed. Thank you, Sam. Thanks for coming in. It is Paul Hawksbee and Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT. And you witness history this Saturday on DAZN. Moses Itama looks to become Britain's youngest ever heavyweight champion as he takes on Filip Hrgović for the IBF heavyweight world title. So you can join DAZN Ultimate and get access to 185 plus fight nights and a minimum of 12 pay-per-view events every year, including Itama versus Hrgović, Ryan Garcia versus Conor Benn, all included at no extra cost.
boxing update on talkSPORT with DAZN, the global home of boxing. Sign up now at dazn.com/boxing.
So he was shouting, apparently, Allez l'homme, go Olympique Marseille, which, of course, is like putting oil in water when it comes to Lyon fans. They absolutely detest Olympique Marseille, and they detest Guendouzi, and they showed that in their reaction. Simon, who's more at fault in these flashpoints, though? Ferreira, the goalkeeping coach, reacted in a big way, and that led to widespread scuffles. Is it the provocateur, who in this case is Guendouzi, or is it those who take the bait? In this case, the Lyon fans, the Lyon players, and the Lyon goalkeeping coach?
Well, there's degrees of responsibility and culpability, but Guendouzi is the fire starter. Guendouzi's behaviour, as it was when he played in this country and decided that he could run around a football pitch telling everyone how poor they were in comparison to him, which ultimately got him shipped out of Arsenal.
Who did he tell that how much he
Neil
earned?
Maupay.
Neil Maupay of Brighton. Yeah.
And I think it was Wenger, wasn't it? Just about enough of him, and to doubt.
It was Arteta.
Was it Arteta?
Yeah, he did enough of him.
Sorry, it was Arteta who binned him off. And here he goes again. Now, people are responsible for their own behaviour, so everybody is culpable, and everybody in terms of the professionals on the field, the players, and the support staff that have got involved, it should have a consequence for it.
Yeah.
But he should have the primary consequence, because without his provocation, without his antagonising nature, without his ridiculous over egging of the pudding and baiting and inflammatory, the fans are not professional footballers.
What the hell is going on? This is literally Premier League football drama at its absolute best. Oh my Gabriel!
I can't watch this. He's definitely scoring this.
Messi!
No!
Guys, come on! Get in it!
What was that?
You see this crap every single game in the Premier League.
Oh, this is
no goal.
That was embarrassing.
The 150th anniversary test match in Melbourne with Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army.
Yes, are you ready for the trip of a lifetime? We're going to send you and a mate down under. Imagine being in Melbourne next March, watching England take on Australia at the 150th test match, completely on us. All thanks to Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army. You and a mate could win the ultimate 7-night, all-inclusive trip to Melbourne. Return flights, match tickets for all 5 days, an exclusive function with England legends and a tour of the Great Ocean Road, Charles.
Very nice. For your chance to win, visit talksportwin.com or text WIN to 83338. by 6 p.m. on the 1st of September 2026. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate, or send your name and number by post to Comp2, PO Box 3190, Colchester CO2 8GP, to arrive by midnight on 4th of September 2026. 18 plus UK residents only. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338 now. This is a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksportwin.com.
We got some Diamond League athletics. I think we're closing at the end of the season.
Love a bit of Diamond League.
Yeah. Here to chat about that and other matters besides is Olympic long jump gold medalist, Manchester United fan, Greg Rutherford. Hi, Greg.
Hello, Greg.
Good afternoon, guys. How are we going? Good to see you.
Yeah, we're not bad.
I was at the Diamond League meetings when it's absolutely pouring with rain.
Yeah.
They're the ones I like, when it's absolutely hammering it down and they still have to do the athletics.
Yeah.
I don't know why I enjoy that more.
I'm glad you like it, because I have to do that many a time. Jumping into a sandpit when it's
wet sand
throwing down. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible. Not for me. But it does add a level of jeopardy as well, which is quite good fun.
That's true. And long jumping or anything involving the sand in the rain can't be a lot of fun, because you're basically sort of jumping into cement, aren't you? And then it all sticks to your socks. It gets in your spikes.
Absolute nightmare.
Get changed, dry yourself off. Anybody trying to get wet sand off. I know it's a bit of a first world problem, but still.
Yeah, it's not one we particularly enjoy. And the thing is with the sand as well, it literally gets everywhere. So I'll leave that up to your imagination.
Yeah.
But then the thing is, you'll shower, you'll bath, you'll try and get it off. You'll get into bed at night, you'll still find sand.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous. But actually, I'll tell you what, the high jumpers, the pole vaulters probably have it a bit worse. Because the mats they land on, they absorb all the water as well. So they're literally like jumping onto a dirty, great wet sponge.
Yeah, lovely.
So it's less than ideal.
Now, before we get into that, you're going to tell us why 58% of families have spent less time outside this year than the year before.
Yeah, well, this is research that Yacht Play have been putting together, and it's quite a worrying situation. Look, we all know that I think kids' habits have changed slightly when it comes to sort of being active and being outside. And when you then see the stats that are behind it, you realise genuinely it is massively changing. And this is looking into the fact that kids aren't outside as much. You want to expect to get about 60 minutes a day at least of active play, ideally outside, and it's just not happening. Nearly 50% of kids aren't doing this, and this is causing bone health issues as well. So alongside not being outside, we're then also not getting in the right amount of calcium and vitamin D. And obviously Yacht Play are known for their yogurts, and it's obviously a great source of getting it in. But we have to get the education going. It's showing as well that about 85% of parents spoken to on this as well, they're desperate for the government to give some advice and give some more understanding in this, because you hear so many different things going on around the world about what's good for you, what's not. We need some actual information that's getting in there to help you to understand the levels of, say, calcium and vitamin D. Anybody listening or watching at the moment, if you've got children or you look after kids, you want the very best for them. And actually having strong bones is a huge part of that. So we created the Permit to Play petition, which is literally going directly to the government to get them to try and take bone health a little bit more serious, because it really is a major problem.
Yeah, well, good luck. It sounds like a very good idea, definitely. So we were saying, myself and Andy on the show the other week after the European Championship, just how enjoyable it was. We don't see enough athletics really on sort of terrestrial telly. You were part of the coverage, of course. But I think a lot of people really enjoyed that week. And it's good, isn't it? Because, as I said, I think it was, like Andy was saying, like athletics sort of, it felt sexy again, didn't it, to see it back on the screens?
Yeah, it did. And I think the athletes did an incredible job. And actually, a couple of weeks before that, if you remember, me and Natalie Sawyer were in the talkSPORT studios, and we were doing the Commonwealth Games as well.
Yeah.
Set it up really nicely. The athletics being at the back end of the Commonwealth Games. Then we had a week's break. And then, as you say, it came back onto the BBC that we had the Europeans on. And it was exactly that. We had some great athletes turning up, really sort of pinning their colours out there and showing that actually we can be a bit more brash, we can be a little bit more out there, we can act probably a bit more like the Americans, which is who we always associate with being the dominant force in athletics. And we look at someone like Amy Hunt, who goes away with 4 gold medals in the sprints, which is a remarkable achievement. Dina Asher-Smith becomes the most decorated athlete in European history. Matt Hudson-Smith, the most decorated male. And it's one of those that you just sort of say, Great Britain is exceptionally good in Europe when it comes to athletics, and they showcase that on such a level. we were obviously just shy on winning overall on the medal table. Italy just trumped us on the last day in the last event as well. They managed to
that, yeah.
hit us right in the men's 4x4, which was a bitter pill to swallow. But I think Birmingham in general, it was just a fantastic Europeans, and it does get people's eyes on it. It does get people excited by athletics again, and I think it's probably been since really the 90s when we had the real sort of influx of eyes and people really obsessed with it, and that was the post-Cohen Yvette era when you had the Linford Christies, Sally Gunnells and Colin Jacksons and etc. And now we've got a situation where you've got Keely Hodgkinson, Amy Hunt, Matt Hudson-Smith, Josh Kerr as well, of course, who a couple of weeks ago broke the mile world
the mile record, didn't he? Yeah, it was crazy.
Incredible.
It was amazing. Josh Kerr.
Josh Kerr's not running against Inga Britson. He's involved in this Diamond League, isn't he? And of course, Keely Hodgkinson's decided she's not going to take part in this against Audrey Vero, who's going to go for probably a world record tonight, isn't she, in the 800, and quite a contentious record as well, Greg.
Yeah, it is. I think I've probably been quite outspoken about it over the last few years. And there's a couple of records that are in there, women's 8 being one of them, which I don't want to say you have to take with a pinch of salt because obviously the athletes still had to run the times, but it was in a very different time for the sport. So from that point of view, I think if Audrey can get, I mean, blimey, it's still a really tough ask for her to get there yet. She's so young as well, still learning the event. But Audrey does look like she's the closest to getting it. Where I think a year ago we would have said it would have been Keely, like without question. And Audrey's had this absolutely meteoric sort of rise to success and obviously beat Keely at the European. So that will be a really, really exciting race to see. But Femke Bol as well. I mean, in the last Diamond League last week, Femke came really close to actually taking her as well, which I think makes probably the women's 800 is it's got to be probably the most exciting event in all of athletics at the moment because they are pushing this world record. There is 3 of them that are so close in time and ability. So from that point of view, it makes it just an incredibly exciting watch.
Do you want to talk a bit of Man United?
Well, yeah,
Greg? I mean,
we must, I guess.
Terrible start of the weekend, but not as bad as Paul's start, but Spurs start. But
I mean, away up
Hull City away. I mean, if you went into that probably thinking, oh yeah, it's 3 points here, but they were good, weren't they?
They shouldn't have done though, should they? Because it's like a cup tie when you go to a team that's just been promoted, and they should have been ready for that, shouldn't they, Greg?
And that was the big thing. They didn't look ready, did they? They didn't come out the blocks quickly at all. It was one of those where Hull brought the game to them, and Man United just didn't seem to have any answers. It was bizarre to watch. And I think we had a little bit of a wake-up call with the AC Milan final pre-season, and obviously for Ruben Amorim to get one over on the club that's got rid of him sort of 8-9 months before, it's less than ideal. But you sort of watched that and you thought, okay, maybe it's just a little bit of a hangover. Last game, they're getting ready for the whole match, and it just didn't come together. Obviously, getting in Belieber now as well. We'll see if that can, once he's fit, of course, if he can plug that midfield issue. But I know left back's looking a bit dodgy as well, isn't it? And these are the conversations that you hope are going on behind the scenes at the club to make some form of move. Ipswich next, of course, and on Sunday, and that's going to be, again, if you looked at the start of the season, you're going, well, the first couple of games, at least, United should get 6 points out of that.
Looks
but
like
after
a
what's happened at Hull, I don't know, they've got to raise their game, haven't they? Like, you look, Man United, we're not obviously the force that we had been previously. There is some exceptional players still within that team, but when you watch them play as they did against Hull, no urgency, no real move, nothing up, completely toothless up front. That was really worrying to see. But again, it's the first game of the season. We can't all sort of throw our tools out the pram and say it's going to be a complete and utter disaster. We have to see now how they build from that, how Carrick can get them going again. And hopefully the leaders within that dressing room will get the youngsters together and get them actually firing on all cylinders, because they needed, maybe they needed that wake-up call as well.
Thanks, Greg. Enjoy tonight. All the best.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Greg Rutherford, Olympic gold medalist, of course, London 2012, Manchester United fan. England have lost another wicket. Harry Brook has gone. We'll have details of that in the sports headlines next with Sam Mellard at Lord's. right? Because I've heard this guff from you and Gabby today, all right? Going on about Spurs overspending, overpaying for players.
Whoa,
all right?
wait,
and I can't believe Crookie has got the cheek to come on here as a Man United fan and say that Belieber's a good deal at 70 million. He was guff last season. He didn't play.
I think you'll find Belieber at 70 million is going to be better value for money than Savinho at 85.
Oh, mate, you're talking absolute crap.
I'll have a little bet for you. Let's have a little bet. Who has the better season?
You signed Anthony for 75 million. You sold Pogba for £100 million.
What's going on here? Why are you two falling out?
No, but
hold on, what's going on?
Because I keep hearing Crookie go on like Man United are doing good deals.
What's happening here? Why are you two
and
rowing?
Spurs are spending too much money on players. Like,
We'll
you
have a
having a laugh?
forfeit at the end of the season, Jamie. Jason can judge at the end of the season. Whoever makes more impact for their club, Belieber or Savinho, the loser has to do a show. You do it in a United shirt. I'll
Hold
do
on,
it in a
Crookie.
shirt.
Savinho could score 25 goals this season, and Cundy will still say Belieber's had it.
Belieber's going to be the better player. Belieber's going to be the better player.
It's a pointless bet.
No, he will be.
I'm just sick to death of seeing Crookie come on, going on like Spurs, just because we've got cash to spend, right? And we're throwing it about, right? And everyone's getting yump about it.
Hold on.
We're paying
You know
too
who
much
you are,
money.
Jamie.
What's
you know
going
what Tottenham
on?
are. You know when you're a kid and you get your first Saturday job, right? It could be at a supermarket, it could be in a restaurant, it could be in a bar, and you get your first pay packet and you spend it in 24 hours.
What's wrong with you two? Jay,
We've all
done it, mate. Went out and bought Bentley with my signing on.
Jay, wait, hold on. Calm down, you two.
Well, we got a European draw, of course, which will be right across on Drive from 4 o'clock. And we'll look ahead to Brighton in Europe against Tromsø tonight. 0-0 from the first leg. We'll also look at that with H&B versus ChatGPT, which is coming up after Tom Clayton with the sports headlines.
talkSPORT Sports Update with NordVPN. Connect and protect your online traffic with our most advanced VPN.
Thank you, Paul. Good afternoon. Bradley Barkla has been backed for immediate success in the Premier League. talkSPORT's Simon Jordan reckons he's a big game player who comes from good pedigree at PSG.
Forward players of that nature are so pivotal to teams if they can work hard and add a value as well as going forward.
Yeah.
Then he's a young 23-year-old player that I think could be a roaring success.
We understand a £100 million deal is getting close to fruition, potentially rising to £120 million in add-ons. Meanwhile, Ayoub Buwadi could feature for Man City tomorrow night, despite only arriving yesterday. Enzo Maresca says he can handle the immediate pressure of the Premier League.
I think so. Again, it doesn't look 18, and this is important. And also, I think is my job. It's also from the club to try to manage him in the best way.
City face Palace tomorrow live on talkSPORT. Meanwhile, in the last hour, Marco Rosa has also told reporters he's absolutely certain Alex Scott will be staying at Bournemouth this summer. Get today's transfer latest at talksport.com. Elsewhere today, HMRC have filed a petition for Jamie Carragher to be declared bankrupt over an unpaid tax bill. Also, Saudi Arabia has declared its support for FIFA President Gianni Infantino. And England will be in recovery mode after lunch at Lords after multiple wickets in the morning session. It's not looking great, Sam Ellard.
Yeah, the morning session belongs to Pakistan. England go to lunch 80 for 4. The fourth wicket to fall, Harry Brook for 15. Muhammad Ali bowling Brook with an absolute beauty of delivery. Then it back a fairway into the right-hander, beating him between bat and pad, the ball crashing into the stumps. Brook goes for 15. Mohammed Abbas got the first 3 wickets. Emilio Gay caught down the leg side for 8. Ducker trapped LBW for 17. Joe Root trapped LBW for 4. So Jordan Cox goes to lunch unbeaten on 27. Dan Lawrence 2 not out. England 80 for 4 at lunch.
talkSPORT News.
More than 350 people are now known to have died in Nepal after yesterday's flash flooding, with more than 1,300 missing. And 3 English airports have been hit by a cyber attack with 9 million customers' data accessed. More with Toby at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. With over 400 EV-ready centres across the UK, we're top of the league for electric car owners. Visit quickfit.com and book today.
Weather warnings for thunderstorms remain in place in central areas. That band of rain moves in a northwesterly direction this afternoon. Warm and humid, especially in the south.
Odds update on talkSPORT with Betfair. Everyone's got an opinion. Back yours at Betfair. 18+ gambleaware.org.
Yes, time to get all the latest odds with Sam Rossbottom from our friends and official betting partner Betfair. We're going to talk Champions League because the draw will be taking place with Andy Goldstein and Darren Bent during Drive. We're going to have one of our Euro experts in the studio to guide you through it. We're going to have a chat with Lars Sivertsen a little bit later on about that. But good afternoon, Sam.
Afternoon, fellas. Don't ask me for odds on when the draw is exactly going to be taking place because I wouldn't even know when to start. These things always drag out, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They like to milk it, don't they? Once they've got all the experts in there and all the ex-players off, they've had a little bit of bants with them, as they often do, which is always a bit eggy, isn't it?
Scripted bants.
Yeah. Just remind us how many goals you scored. 25.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, yeah, 25. Yeah. Anyway, I can't wait for all that knockabout humour from the blokes from UEFA. So, who's going to win it then? Who are the favourites to win it?
It's an interesting market. There's actually very little at the minute splitting last year's finalists in PSG and Arsenal. It is the holders that lead the market. PSG 5-1 to make it 3 in a row, which would be some feat, wouldn't it? You know what? It's mad to think, isn't it? I think I'm thankful that this is the case, that we had the World Cup to completely forget everything that happened at the back end of last season. But Arsenal penalties, it could have been so much different for them, couldn't it? Can they go one better this season? They're currently 11-2 to do so. Interestingly, we've seen quite a little bit of interest, and the odds have shortened in favour of Barcelona. They closely follow at 6-1. Obviously, they've been strengthening their squad. Rodri now part of the scene at the Camp Nou. Then we get some of the usual European stalwarts in there: Bayern Munich and Real Madrid at 13-2. Manchester City follow at 11-1. Looking at some of the other English teams that we've got in the Champions League, we've got 5 in there: Liverpool 14-1. Manchester United 26-1, and Aston Villa, which would be a complete turn up for the books given everything that they're going through at the minute, around about 49-1. But should be an absolutely cracking edition again of the Champions League, and fingers crossed to get the draw done and dusted in good time.
Brilliant. Nice one, Sam. Thanks very much.
Cheers, guys.
There's Sam Rossbottom there from betfair.com, 18+, begambleaware.org.
Odds update on talkSPORT with Betfair. Everyone's got an opinion. Back yours at Betfair. 18+ gambleaware.org.
Oh. Starts at 5
versus ChatGPT.
Sorry, chat. Yeah, sorry about that. It starts at 5 o'clock, by the way. That's why the boys on Drive. They'll be joined by Euro expert Kevin Hatchard. So Andy and Benty from 4, all the build-up and the draw itself.
Imagine if they just came out and just did it. Right, let's do it.
Yeah,
Done it.
Yeah, that's it. Hi, yeah, ex-player. He's ex-player. He's quite good. Yeah,
he's quite good. Yeah. Off we go.
Figo, yeah, football. Yeah, get the idea. Yeah, Portugal. Yeah,
Just
Barcelona.
rushing on with it. You know.
Yeah.
All right, come on.
Yeah.
Come with it.
Imagine that. Yeah.
Just draw it, Figo.
Yada. Let's get on with it. So, it is time for HMB versus ChatGPT. This is the number of all things ChatGPT. We go head-to-head with ChatGPT every week.
AI.
Until we can predict scores and beat the world of AI without sort of flimsy knowledge compared with ChatGPT. Although the version we have is a budget version.
I think it's the real ChatGPT. It's just the voice is.
The voice. The delivery system
was
Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah. Current standings, Paul. You're on 13. You got 4 points last time out.
Yeah.
ChatGPT also on 13.
Yeah.
7 points last time out. You work on some journalistic knowledge.
Yeah.
I go on vibes. I'm on 8. I got 3 out last time, so not that great. But I have won in the past, so let's find out, Paul.
How are you, chat?
Hello, lads. Spurs in the mud, Paul.
Spurs in the mud, Paul. Straight in.
Oh, here we
2
go.
feet.
Going down with the Coventry, Paul.
Going down with the Coventry.
Lincoln away, Ale, Ale.
Yeah,
Arle.
Lincoln away, Arle, Arle.
Lincoln away, Ale, Ale.
Yeah, what does that even mean, Arle, Arle?
What else have you been up to, chap?
Yeah, what
been
are you
busy?
doing?
I have been getting into viral videos, lads.
Oh, the viral videos. Oh, that's nice.
Which ones?
Charles bit me.
Oh.
Chocolate rain.
Yeah.
Tubac mask lady.
Some of the classics then.
Charlie bit me.
Charles bit me. I think it's Charlie bit my finger. I think
Chocolate
Charles
rain.
bit me is a very different video.
And Tubac mask lady.
Yeah, that's
There
right.
we are. I mean, yeah.
Can you get me a date with Tubac mask lady, Charles? She's my type.
Well, he likes just.
He likes Tubac mask lady. Very good.
See, I didn't know you were.
Yeah.
That's what you were into. But
What else have you
no
watched?
judgment here.
No, of course not. What else have you watched, chat?
I have just watched Joe Bellingham naming all the Champions League winners.
Joe Bellingham.
That is Joe Bellingham. Yeah.
He's good at it, Joe Bellingham, isn't he?
Oh, he's there.
You ask him any
he's
year,
a bit of a
and he tells
bit
you
of
the
a
date. Very, very
No
good.
big deal.
Okay.
I can do that.
Oh, you weren't
Okay.
impressed. You
Yeah.
can do it, can you?
I can name all the Zenith Date Cup winners, lads.
The Zenith Date Cup. Okay. Well, give us the winners of the Zenith Date Cup then.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it, lads. It only lasted 3 years.
That's not very. This is supposed to be chat GP. It's supposed to be AI.
Cutting edge technology. You meant to know
I
everything.
miss Zenith Date, lads. Would always get his round of WD-40 in.
All right.
Good old Zenith
Always
Data.
get his-
He knew him personally, Zenith Data.
He'd always get his round in, Paul.
Okay, let's look at the
Zenith
games
Data.
then we're covering. Chelsea Luton to kick us off. Andy will be there tonight. He's going to the cup
he's
games.
going, is he?
He's
Wow,
committed.
he loves
He's
it.
committed.
He loves football.
What about this one then, chat? How'd you see it?
Chelsea's depth should carry them through comfortably at home. Though Luton have enough attack to snatch a goal. 3-1 Chelsea.
Yeah, I find myself agreeing. They are going to change it up. It'll be a very different team, won't it? I mean, a lot of the players are on the bench will be playing tonight, but I think they'll have enough for Luton. I've already written down 3-1, so I'm sticking them a gun. So what do you think?
I think it'll be a lot of goals for Chelsea, and I think they'll want to give Jack Wilshere a bloodied nose.
Yeah.
So I'm 4-0. 4-0.
You know, you'll probably get Welbeck will get game time, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think
Henderson
it'll be
might
4-0.
as
They're
well.
going to want to go for
4-0, Charlie
it. Yeah,
goes.
I know, yeah, I'm going for it, yeah.
TalkSPORT listeners home in the car if you want to have a go.
Yeah, in your AI.
Stephen
device.
Grant, Brighton supporting comedian, is going to join us a little bit later on. They take on Tromso. 0-0 from the first leg. It's live on TalkSport 2 tonight. Chelsea Luton live on TalkSport, by the way. So what about this one, chat?
Brighton's Premier League quality and home advantage should prove too much for the Norwegian side in European competition. 3-0 win for Brighton.
That was very good.
3-0, yeah.
Very good chat.
I thought they'd come away with something from last week. I thought they would get a narrow win. But obviously, off the back, I mean, to come back from that journey and get the sort of result they did the other day was impressive.
well.
They'll get it done tonight. I think there'll be a lot of confidence in the team. I'm going to go 2-0 this evening for
Yeah,
Brighton.
I agree with you, Paul. I was going to go 2-0, but I'm going to change it. I'm going to say 2-1.
2-1?
2-1 to Brighton. Give Tromso a goal.
Fair enough.
Make it exciting.
Talks about listening home in the car. And also, I want a bit. Oh yeah. There'll be updates from Fulham Wimbledon this evening. On TalkSport. What about this one, chat?
A local cup derby where Fulham's top flight squad standard should control the game against lower league opposition. 2-0 win for Fulham.
2-0 win for Fulham.
Again, you're going to see a lot of players that maybe didn't start the other day. Sessegnon and Smith and a few others might be in the setup. It's Sessegnon v Sessegnon, isn't it? Johnny Jackson, friend of the show, is manager of AFC. But sorry, Johnny, I think Fulham might get it done tonight. We're going to go for a big 3-0.
3-0. Fulham have never won anything in the never won a top flight competition, have they, Paul? Never won a trophy, nothing. That's got to change at some point. But not this season. It's 2-1 to Wimbledon.
2-1 to... Really?
I'm predicting the shock. I'm going for the shock.
That would be well
Very
done. Fair play.
AFC Wimbledon-y, wouldn't it, to win 2-1? Just going on vibes.
If Johnny's listening on his way, he'll be pleased with that. Although I don't think they would have set off that early. Well, the traffic is quite bad round there.
Well, that Fulham Palace Road, Paul, you can't get down there.
It is quite bad. Anyway, so there we are, chat. Anything else going on in your life at the moment?
Torquay versus Hampton and Richmond on Saturday, Charles.
Oh, yeah, the Beavers.
Playing more 3 o'clock kickoff for the Beavers, yeah.
Torquay in the mud, Charles.
He's right, you are looking a bit mid-table at the moment.
No, and he played 4 games.
Wow.
Leave us alone.
I love the Beavers.
I love the Beavers.
We're fully aware of that,
Beavers.
Chat.
I love
Lincoln
the Beavers.
away, Ale.
I'll give you Ale. Thank you, chat. We'll catch up with you next week. There's H&B versus Chat GPT. We're going to be joined in the studio, although if he's listening to this outside, he may decide not to bother. But Charles Babalola is in a new show on Sky, which I'm sure you've seen trailers for. It's sort of boxing, gangster related.
Yeah, it looks great.
He's one of the stars of the show. He's a big football fan as well. We'll be chatting to him, talking about Fightland. In a few moments' time, we're here, of course, with Tool Station. Get all your lighting essentials in one place. First stop, Tool Station.
Lincoln away, Ale.
It's a win, Chaz.
Yeah,
but it is Charlton. Come on, that's not going to be the measure, is it? We're not going to find out too much about Spurs against Charlton.
No, we won't. But it just shows what the EFL Cup meant to Charlton.
Yeah,
they made 10 changes.
Yeah. Well, they were underdogs, and they went into it, and I suppose they're thinking, listen, we're not going to win it. Let's make sure, because promotion is the most important thing with Charlton. Like I said, unbeaten so far, so they're very much in the hunt for that promotion race. 03717 2233 He's Charlie Austin. I'm Jason Cundy. Have you been to a game? Tell us what you've seen. Tell us what you've heard. Let's go straight to the lines. Let's go and speak to Trev, who's a Spurs fan. All right, Trev? Trev?
Hello, Jace. Spurs are back.
Spurs are back, Trev.
Spurs are back. Spurs are back. Definitely.
No, yeah.
Honestly, tonight, I know it was Charlton.
Trev, drop me out, mate.
But it's 5-1.
Trev.
Jace.
Trev.
5-1.
Trev. Trev.
Well, lovely.
Trev.
Yeah.
Come on, mate.
5.
Take the win, right? Go home.
Jace,
and go to bed. No, it's fine. The Spurs aren't back, Trev. Come on, mate. You lot were an absolute disgrace. No, you're not.
Wait till Saturday,
no,
Dave.
chaps,
a
all serious.
Different Spurs side.
All right, so chaps, a different Spurs side from what we see Saturday evening, which was the same old Spurs. Then you've just beaten Charlton reserves / under 23s, and now all of a sudden Spurs are back. I don't see it.
Chaz, just wait until Saturday before you comment any further, please. Because honestly, you got to give us a chance.
How's that? Next March, the England cricket team face Australia in the 150th anniversary Test match down under. And as always, the Barmy Army will be there. And thanks to talkSPORT, Visit Victoria could be too. Enter now at talksportwin.com for the chance to score an incredible week-long trip for two to watch the 150th anniversary Test match in Melbourne with Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army. Enter now at talksportwin.com and get ready to experience the electric atmosphere that only a Barmy Army tour delivers.
Now, you've probably seen a fair few trailers for Fightland. The association of 50 Cent has certainly upped the profile. It does look very good, though. Boxing as a sport lends itself to drama, as we know. Before we have a chat with Charles Babalona, who's one of the stars of it and is a Manchester United fan, let's give you a flavour of Fightland then.
Speaking in money so fluently, I take advantage of all opportunity.
Marshall Promotions is a major force in the boxing game.
What do you say to allegations that Marshall Promotions is a front to launder drug money?
How about I jump that penny you made? 8 years ago, I had everything I wanted. And in one moment, Kingsley took everything from me. Now I'm gonna take everything away from him.
Revenge is in the air, of course. Good afternoon, Charles. Good to see you.
Charles.
Hello.
You play the son and heir of the, along with your sister, of course, the heirs of this kind of boxing promotion gangland setup, don't you?
So, yeah, it's set around the boxing world, follows the Marshall family, who are, they're like a very successful boxing promotional family, a bit like the Hearns.
Yeah,
and,
but we should point out they're not based on any existing.
No. we don't want anybody coming for us.
Eddie's listening.
We said a bit like.
Yeah.
Well, in the way that they're boxing promoters, but in no other way.
In no other way, because there's a lot of naughty stuff involved. I don't think the Hearns want to claim. But so you have that going on, but they're also a criminal crime family who have a lot of naughty stuff going on underneath. So my character is Zeke Marshall. He is the son of Kingsley Marshall, and he's really trying to forge his own path in this cutthroat boxing world, but also a very dangerous and savage boxing world. Very much living in his father's shadow and trying to break out of that.
Do you like playing baddies best, Charles?
Do you know what? I get cast as a few baddies, but they're fun. They've got I think you've got to find the truth and the human element of a character,
Because they don't think they're baddies.
They don't think they're baddies.
They're just living their life.
They're living their truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's I think whenever I step into a baddie, I'm trying to get to the core of the human of that character.
Are you quite method, Charles? Are you kind of once they say cut, are you yourself again?
Am I still like?
Do you have to stand? Well, some actors like to do. They like to stand the moment.
Listen, I'll be honest. The method is such a. It's a bit of a myth these days because a lot of sets you go on, you don't actually meet that many method actors. I'm not a method actor. No, I just. I feel like every single job is a different process. You know what I mean? But I definitely take, the job seriously, and I try to embody the character as well as I can, whether that be me staying in character or me having a chat with my castmate.
What was the journey into it for you? You're from Newham, near West Ham. I know you're a Man United fan, but we'll get onto that a bit later on. But were you in youth theatres? Were you doing it as a kid?
I started very much. I always say started very much in school. I was in year 8. That's when I experienced drama studies for the first time. The Stratford Theatre Royal East was my local theatre, so I'd go and see a lot of shows there. Then it was always something that I felt I had the talent to do. Then I kind of pushed through it. I ended up at Lambda, which we talked about.
Yeah, Charlie, you're an old boy as well.
Lambda,
old boy, London.
Me and you are ex-Lambda students, which is dope to hear. So I studied on the BA for 3 years, and
well, it's just hard to get. It's hard to get into, Paul.
Yeah,
it's a hard business to get
Crazy
into,
business,
and not many people make a living out of it.
And you've done some incredible work in a very short space of time. You've done some very big films.
Must be good.
On stage,
must be.
On stage with Bryan Cranston, you did played in Network, a famous old movie, of course, the Peter Finch film. So you've landed some great gigs in a pretty short space of time, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been 12 years I've been out of drama school now, so. That is a long time, but also feels like it's flown by. And I'm blessed, I'm fortunate to be in the position I'm in, because there are a lot of talented actors who aren't making a living out of it. But
well, like football, you can be brilliant in the youth team, Paul. You know,
Yeah.
you can be brilliant in the under 23s, and then the moment you get in the first team, you can all fall apart. You don't actually learn the job until you're doing it. So these 12 years is you learning to be a great actor.
You learn when you're on set.
Yeah.
You know, you learn when you're going from job to job.
So did 50 Cent turn up? Was he on set? Was he giving you script notes? Was he giving you line readings? How was it working?
He definitely weren't giving me line readings, but he was. As I was saying to you before, he was kind of watching from afar. You know, he was definitely involved with the casting process.
Yeah.
But he did come onto set one day, and it was a big day where 50 was on set, and he met everyone, sat down with him for about an hour and 20 minutes, and he's a great guy. He's a really cool guy, man.
Did he say to you, why you Man United? You come from Newham? West Ham's only down the road.
Why, Paul? Why are you going there? why are you taking it there?
There was a bit of peer pressure. There was a bit of peer pressure on you to be West Ham, but you resisted it. You tell us.
Do you know what it was? So yeah, I'm a East London, very proud East Londoner, Newham boy. I went to school 5 minutes down the road from Upton Park, the old famous bowling ground. I went to see a lot of games there. I love that ground. But I grew up in the 90s, and I was a big David Beckham fan.
Yeah.
Like, even to this day, David Beckham, like, he was one of my idols growing up. And, like, even till this day, like, Becks is still... I still look up to him, you know. So,
and you haven't met him, but you did have an encounter.
I've never met him, but he drove past Lambda, my old drama school, in his Bentley with his tats out and his arms out. Like, I think when I was in my second year, and I was at X, and he just
that doesn't sound like him in a Bentley with his arms out.
No,
Good. That doesn't sound like him at all. Do you play football at all?
I do.
Have you ever done boxing? Have you ever been in the
Yeah. I did a TV show a few years back where I wasn't boxing in it, but one of the directors I did a lot of fighting in it. One of the directors wanted me to train in boxing, so I did a bit of boxing before that, but that really got me into understanding what the sport is. I actually we had a few boys from the Peacock Gym, the famous, which is my local, was my local gym down the road from my house, and we had a few of them boys come in to work on the show. So I actually went to train with them whilst I was doing the show, and they really put me through my paces.
Yeah, they know what they're doing, don't they?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, listen, you can't walk in there and think you're just gonna walk through that training session because.
Do you remember when Amir Khan came in, Paul?
Amir
Khan came in, and obviously he's not boxed for a while. I went. Can I try and hit you, Amir? And he went, yeah, go on then. And he just dodged and dodged. And then he did one move.
Yeah.
And my legs just went out from under me. And he caught me, and I was like, oh, this is a disaster.
I think you realise when you step into that environment how, it's like school.
Yeah.
You know, and you could be training for 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
You're already advanced, and you know, I could come in and it's my first day. Of course, I'm not going to be on the level of the guys who've been training for 3, 4 years.
We always ask actors what they're up to next, and they say, well, I can't tell you because I've signed something. Obviously Fightland you're very excited about. It starts tonight, doesn't it?
Yes, Fightland is out. Well, it's out now.
It's out now. You can watch it.
A good James Bond, Charles. I'm just saying, you'd be a very good James Bond.
I think they've already gone down to the final 3.
Oh, that's a shame. You missed out.
So
have you got anything you can't tell us about?
No. Do you know what? There's stuff in the pipeline. But more than me not being able to tell you, I don't want to jinx it.
I
feel like I've learned over the years.
I think you're going to be a huge star, Charles. I think we're going to say one day. Remember we had Babalo in the studio. Remember, and he was in the studio. Paul, now he's fronting that Marvel.
And they forget us then.
And that's it. They don't come in again.
You are a big talkSPORT listener, Charles. You were telling us you have it. You put it on first thing in the morning, turn it off last thing at
first thing in the morning.
The last thing here at night is Jason Cundy taking the mickey out of Jamie O'Hara.
Oh, mate. All my homies were talkSPORT addicted.
Oh, that's great to hear.
I love talkSPORT, love this show, love the morning show.
Well, pop into the talkSPORT shop on the way out, and
they'll find you some swag. See, I do what we've got left.
It must be something.
I think we've got about 20,000 books. But beyond that, but no, I'll see if I can find you a cap
some merch.
The producer probably
Charles
have to buy.
He doesn't want a cap.
Maybe not a cap, but I don't know.
Why doesn't he?
What you got in there? What you got in there?
To be honest, we haven't got a lot.
You ain't got. You got a hoodie? You got a hoodie?
I don't think we got a hoodie.
Do we do a hoodie? I don't think we do.
I don't think it's.
I'll tell you what we have got. Ron Howard, Ron Howard, the film director.
Yeah.
Ron came in once on the show.
He wears caps.
And we gave him a cup of tea, and he said, "Oh, these mugs are neat. Can I have a talkSPORT mug?" And I think we made him buy it, but no, he didn't. I just went and washed him one up and go. So if we can get a mug out of the kitchen, just nick one out of the kitchen.
He said, "Oh, happy days."
Yeah, at least we can do.
Or maybe a plate I could have my salmon on.
Okay, don't push it. Don't push it, Charles. See if you get.
We're not made of money.
Yeah.
Series 2. Lovely to see you, Charles.
Yeah, Fight Line out tonight, out today, man. Go watch that. It's a great show, and we worked hard on it.
Yeah, look, it does look very good.
Thank you for having me.
Babylon there. It's Paul Hawksbee and Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT. We're going to be chatting to the man who pimps the football boots and cleats and spikes of the stars, including Usain Bolt, Erling Haaland, Lamine Yamal, and Declan Rice. Jordan Dawson's going to pop in and see us in the next section of the show.
Michael, where are you with Isaac at this moment? I just think that particular penalty, Szoboszlai was always taking it, and likes of Isaac had far more to lose than he had to gain by taking that penalty. But where are you with Isaac at this moment in time? And he looks to me, he's obviously had big injury problems and all that stuff. The move was well documented. Newcastle fans are unhappy. What's it going to take for him to get playing with a regular confidence and show the ability that we know he has?
Well, I'm not sure about you, Ali, but I had plenty of injuries in my career, so I know how hard it is to get back, and you do need a bit of time. And everybody's given him time and understood that, but then he's sort of finished the season, then he's gone to the World Cup, and now he's had a pre-season, and you just think, okay, now we're starting to run out of excuses. We need to start seeing the real Isak, and we know how good he is. I mean, wow, we saw him for Newcastle. I mean, he's absolute class. But we haven't seen it for Liverpool just yet, and I think questions will come now. As I say, always given the benefit of the doubt in the past with Liverpool, but at the start of this season now we're expecting, and Liverpool absolutely need him. They've lost Salah, Ekitike's out, there's not that many options in attacking areas. They absolutely need him to be on top form. Yesterday he was far from it. I thought he was a yard off, and that's worrying. But so was Wirtz. I thought he was really quiet as well. So, it wasn't the greatest performance for Liverpool. They actually did well to scrounge a point in the end. But obviously, he's the big money signing. He's headline maker. And, I can't say he played well because he really didn't.
Cricket balls are red, baseballs are white, American footballs are brown, and tennis balls are yellow. We don't even think about it really, but the story behind the tennis ball is actually quite interesting and even involves Sir David Attenborough. I know, here's the tale. Tennis has its roots in 12th century France when people used to make balls from all sorts. Cork, wool, chalk, animal fur and even human hair. Uniformity was found centuries later when people started making balls out of something called vulcanized rubber, invented in the US. But the balls kept on breaking, so a British lawyer, who also loved tennis, suggested they put a flannel covering on the outside, and thus the tennis ball as we know it was born. One problem, it was either white or black. And when the controller of BBC Two, Sir David Attenborough, decided Wimbledon would be shown in colour on the BBC in 1967, no one could actually see the balls on telly. So the International Tennis Federation went away and created a new colour called Optic Yellow, which would show up without the need for a 4K LED display. Not that anyone had that in the 1960s, of course. Since then, all tennis balls have been covered in that material and have their trademark colour for that exact reason. Amateur tennis players and dogs worldwide are forever grateful. You could say the ITF aced it.
This afternoon, as always, you're in the very capable hands of Andy Goldstein and Darren Bent, and a bit of spice to the show, not that it needs it, is the Champions League draw from around
very nice
5 o'clock. Let's find out a little bit more about that now with European football expert Lars Sivertsen. Hi, Lars.
Hello, Lars.
Good afternoon, guys. How's it going?
Well, the big story in the Champions League, of course, is your local club, Bodø Glimt, are back in it.
Yeah, that's a big story. But actually, I feel like Bodø Glimt getting in is maybe not as much of a shock now. Have they gotten to the point where we're almost expecting them? I mean, they played against NSA Nijmegen from the Eredivisie in Holland. And I actually kind of felt they were favourites going into that tie. And I did think about that. Like, imagine we've gotten to a point where a Norwegian team is actually favoured in the final playoff to get to a Champions League group stage. I mean, this is unfathomable. The other big thing out of Norway is that we got two teams in this year. Viking from Stavanger, who only won the league last season for the first time in 34 years, actually managed to get past Dinamo Zagreb in a very eventful doubleheader, where frankly I thought Dinamo Zagreb looked like the better team a lot of the time. But Viking, they went down early in Zagreb, went down 2-0 early in the first half, and they looked dead and buried, but they found something from somewhere, got a 2-2 draw back to Stavanger and won last night there. So we got two Norwegian teams in the group stage. Absolutely incredible scenes for us.
Arsenal, I feel like they're big favourites on paper. They're right up there, but the business they've done and the business they could still do if Julian Alvarez rocks up, because they won't let him go to Barcelona, then they've got a pretty formidable squad, haven't they? Have we lost Lars?
We've lost Lars there. He's looking at us like...
The network's not the best at the moment, guys, but I got the gist of that question.
It was, I don't want to say it again because it's quite painful for me as a Tottenham fan to talk up Arsenal, but I was talking...
Said some very nice things.
I was saying nice things about Arsenal and it was catching in my throat a bit.
They just look very settled, don't they, Arsenal? Yeah. And if you look at the top teams here in Pot A, Paris Saint-Germain you'd expect to go again and to be phenomenally strong. But there are a lot of teams in that group where you have some question marks. I think we are all waiting to see what Real Madrid become under Jose Mourinho. I think that's a surprising hire, and we'll see how that works out. Barcelona, of course, have been doing really well under Hansi Flick. But with Hansi Flick, there's always a question of how long this is going to last, because he does have his players press an awful lot. I mean, it's an extremely energy sapping way of playing. They've added Karim Adeyemi and Anthony Gordon over the summer, I think specifically to get some fresh legs into that front line, because he does have them sprint an awful lot. But you always wonder if there's going to be some kind of downturn for them. City are in a rebuilding stage, as are Liverpool to an extent. So there's a lot of uncertainty amongst the favourites, I'd say. And you have to think, if you're an Arsenal fan, you're feeling very good about the world right now.
The Premier League clubs did do really well last year.
They did, yeah. Well, as we're struggling with the line, Lars, we'll let you go. Thank you very much. That's Lars.
Thanks, Lars.
And European football expert. It's live from 5. The boys join you at 4 to set the scene. The Goons, of course, along with Liverpool and City, are in the top group. United have moved down a bit in light of their recent issues around Europe. They have gone into pot 2. Villa are in pot 2 as well.
Very nice.
So it all unfolds, and Kevin Hatchard will.
Or if they didn't, we discussed them just getting on with it earlier on, Paul. If they just didn't cover it, just tell us what it was. Oh, this is the draw. Here it is.
That's it. No messing about. No bants with the ex-players.
Just a text.
Anyway, let's talk a bit of Super League Rugby League, which is getting down to the closing stages of the group before we head into the playoffs. That's only 3 rounds to go, and the team I follow, I thought I'd bop them. For the first time ever, first time ever, 2 seasons ago, I said I'm going to get behind a team. I love rugby league, but I've never supported a Super League team. As a friend of the family, used to play for Saints back in the day. I thought I'd get behind Saints, and I feel like I've cursed them. Although they have, and look, I could make history with Saints, and they could miss out on the playoffs for the first time ever. But they have rallied, and they're right in the mix now, which is great news for our next guest, who is a Saints legend. Of
course, yeah.
Man of Steel, the only man to have won it in consecutive seasons. Paul Sculthorpe. Hi, Scully.
Hey, Paul.
Good afternoon, guys.
Yeah, you're feeling a bit more optimistic about it. It was looking a few weeks back. I thought, I've properly bopped him. I'm going to make history with him. But
it has been a tough year, and the guys have still got a lot to do. But certainly with other winning the last 2 games and the way other fixtures have gone have given them a glimmer of hope. So hopefully, 3 good wins in the next 3 weeks, and give themselves a chance to not miss the playoffs.
They're duking out with whole KR, and I think they still got to play them, haven't they, in the final round? So that could be almost a playoff for the playoffs, couldn't it?
Yes, yeah, we play Hull KR at home in the 3rd week, and they've got Wigan tonight, and I believe putting a young side out. So
yeah,
it could all come down to the last weekend, which is exciting for the game.
Absolutely, it's exciting times, isn't it? We know we got this to and fro with the NRL at the moment. They're still trying to make the numbers work, but it does feel that the game's in a pretty good place at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. There's as you said, there's ongoing conversations, about growing the game globally, and obviously, with the NRL, who are the superpower of rugby league. We've got a World Cup at the end of this year, so things are going well, and and Super League's is going well at the moment.
This is the Rugby League game-wide charity round, not just in Super League, Women's Super League Championship and the 1895 Cup competition as well. And you're involved in that, aren't you? You're getting on your bike, Paul.
Yeah, well, I'm part of the support crew. There's a number of the guys who have been injured through playing rugby league. So it's fundraising for the seriously injured players fund, which is part of Rugby League Cares, which is the charity of rugby league. And the guys are cycling to 5 games over the next 5 days. And this includes, players who've had severe, spinal injuries, who are, obviously disabled from playing sport, and are giving something back, which is fantastic to see. So I'm just part of the support crew egging them on today.
And if people are going to games, fans are going to games over the next round, there'll be opportunities to donate as well, won't there?
Yeah, there will. The guys will be at the games. There'll be plenty of branding around there with QR codes where they can make donations. But anybody who needs to see what it's about, if they go to rugbyleaguecares.org, they'll see all the challenge that the guys are doing, and what the serious injured players fund gives back to players from our sport.
Obviously, thankfully, you came away relatively unscathed, but you still feel the effects. It's it's an attritional game, and you played it for a long time. Do you creak a bit when you get up in the mornings, or how are you feeling these days, Scully?
Do you know what? I'm okay. I'm pretty good. I certainly do creak in the morning, but I think the thing for me was to keep active, keep training, and try and keep them aches and pains away as long as I can. But it's a tough sport. You do put your body on the line, but we wouldn't have it any other way.
Brilliant. Well, great to talk to you. All the best. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you, guys.
There's Paul Sculthorpe, their Rugby League legend, Saints legend, and we've got Super League for you this Saturday. I don't think it's games on Sunday. I think they're getting it all done by Saturday. Hull FC, Adrian Durham's Hull FC.
Yeah.
take on Warrington Wolves.
He was giving them pelters on
he wouldn't have
last
been,
Monday. He was not happy about.
Not had a great season.
Not had a good season at all.
So that's 5:30 on talkSPORT.
Is it Hull Warrington? Is it?
Yeah, Hull Warrington.
Oh, right,
that's
yeah.
right. But
that's Stuart Pearce's team, isn't it?
it is. That's very true. It is the Durham Pierce Derby, and if they're working together this weekend,
there'll be plenty of rugby league chat there.
There'll be some bants, won't there? Of course. Anyway, thanks to Scully there. Still to come this afternoon, Jordan Dawson will be popping in to see us, pimping the footwear of the Stars. He'll tell us. I mean, maybe there's somebody out there aspiring who'd like to do that themselves. How'd you get into a world like by accident? I guess we'll find out from Jordan in a few moments' time. We are here with our good friends at Tool Station. Only got time for one stop. First stop, Tool Station.
Gabby!
Jamie, what you on about,
the Villa?
You're just jealous, mate. I've been hearing you all day.
What are you on about?
You're talking guff, mate. Just because you're jealous.
What are you on about?
You're jealous.
How can you finish 17 2 years in a row and spend half a bill?
Because we've got the cash, Gabs.
Yeah, but that ain't fair, mate.
See? Jealous.
It ain't fair, Cundy.
No, I agree. Do you know what? I agree with Gabby on this. I totally agree with him.
No.
This has got
win the Europa League,
I'm not
and we can't flipping spend.
I'm not picking sides. I'm telling you now, Villa and Newcastle should be able to spend.
Cry me a river.
No, 100.
Cry me a river.
Jay, listen.
Thank you, Cundy.
I totally agree with him.
Gabs?
Totally agree with him.
Stop crying, mate.
Jamie.
Stop crying,
Totally
mate.
agree with him.
Stop crying.
Jamie.
Gabs.
You're signing rejects from Manchester City.
Good
Marmouche
players,
is
mate.
unwanted.
Savino's a reject. Robertson's a reject from Liverpool, not wanted anymore. Conor Gallagher's a reject from Atletico Madrid. Spurs are signing rejects.
Hold on a minute. You sold 5 of your best players. All right, you're absolute guff this season. Oh, the rules! Oh, the rules! I thought you was a big club. I thought you was a big club.
Well, we are a big club, but the
you're
rules
not,
don't let us.
You're not, though.
Because you and your cartel, top 6, you and Cundy, don't want Villa in there.
Don't bring me into this. I have nothing to do with this, Gabby.
Mate, keep you out of it. Only big boys allowed in the top 6, mate. You're not big. You have to sell your best players. We don't have to sell our best players.
17th, right, and go and spend £500 million.
Because we're a big club, Gabs. Stop whinging.
How's that? Next March, the England cricket team face Australia in the 150th anniversary Test match down under. And as always, the Barmy Army will be there. And thanks to talkSPORT, Visit Victoria could be too. Enter now at talksportwin.com for the chance to score an incredible week-long trip for two to watch the 150th anniversary Test match in Melbourne with Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army. Enter now at talksportwin.com and get ready to experience the electric atmosphere that only a Barmy Army tour delivers.
It's Hawksbee and Baker here on talkSPORT. As we were saying, our next guest kind of pimps the footwear, customises the footwear, if you will, of the Stars. One of his early big clients was Declan Rice, and it's a world where people talk and they say, oh, like your boots, who did that? Subsequently, he's worked for Erling Haaland, Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, Enzo Fernandez, lots of other people besides, and people outside of the world of football. His name is Jordan Dawson. Hi, Jordan. Good to see you.
Lovely to see you.
So let's take us back to the beginning. Was it kind of accidental? How did it all come about, this profession?
Wasn't accidental, but I basically studied art at university and started painting. I've always had a love for shoes, so I started painting on my shoes in my bedroom, and then that coincided with my love for football, and I just combined the two.
And how did you come to the attention of these sort of Premier League players?
First client was Declan Rice. Met him at a FIFA event, and then just started speaking. He then shared it on social media, and then he just snowballed.
Sure. So he'd send you his boots, would he? Or
yeah.
And he'd tell you what you want, or would you?
Yeah, it was just having a conversation. Like, we spoke on the phone. Well, first it was on Instagram, then we spoke on the phone, and it was just getting his ideas and putting our heads together. And then I do like a digital mock-up for them to see.
Like a tattoo, really, I suppose.
Basically,
so
yeah.
It becomes
exactly
very personal.
You have to be careful, I guess, because obviously these boys are paid a lot of money to wear particular boots, and you can't be sort of putting stuff over the branding. You've still got to be able to see whose boots they are, haven't you, I guess?
Yeah, but I work alongside the brands now. So at the start, it was, players reaching out to me, and now it's, I have a player reach out to me, and then I'll go, okay, let me speak to Adidas or a Nike.
Do they have to kind of okay a design as much as the player?
Depends on the player's contract. Everyone's got different contracts, but normally, like the guys you've mentioned previously, they've got big contracts, so it's going through the brands and getting the green light from.
And how do the brands feel about it? Are they sort of?
Well, they're collaborating with me. So
yeah, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
You did a bad job. They go, no, we don't want that.
Yeah, I just meant in terms of like, they come up with a product that they probably think aesthetically is all you ever need, but the players do like to personalise them, and I suppose they have to accept that, don't they?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, players want something that's personalised to them and that stands out even more on the pitch. So from experience, they want something that no one else can get their hands on. So it's taking something off of the shelf and making it a one of one.
So also, what you work in has to be fairly resilient if these boys want to have more than one wear in the rain out of them. So what do you work in?
I won't give all my secrets away.
Oh, okay.
But there's a lot of prep work.
Paul's saying, can your boots do it on a cold
Can they do it on a Tuesday night in
Stoke? Yes, absolutely. There's a lot of processes before I start actually painting, and then they're sealed after. So
right. Okay.
Yeah.
And they can be very personal. I think I saw a pair of Luca Dean boots that got his kids' names on. So it can be that, or I mean, sometimes they say, "I want this on the boot," and you think, "Well, why?" And then they talk you through.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I guess creating their own story. I think it has a deeper meaning to it as well. So some players like their family names or a part of their tattoo. I've done before for like Justin Kluivert. We took a part of his tattoo and we had that replicated on the boots as well. And then you get players that they're all into their anime, so cartoon characters, anime, family, even self-portraits.
Do you have any copyright issues around that as well? Is there ever a problem?
I've got copyright with my work.
Yeah,
I do some of the design work as well. But no, I haven't come to that.
Okay, I don't want to alert anybody to. I'm just saying if you're using anime and stuff like that.
I think if you're replicating it on a larger scale, I think then it becomes a problem. But when it's just a one of one, then
it's a homage, and I guess, and it's a way for them to kind of promote that brand as well.
You're a Chelsea fan. Have you ever thought, I don't want to do their boots? I'm not doing.
Well, you're not doing their. You won't do Tottenham's boots.
No, every client I love working for.
Yeah,
and creating a special relationship with them as well. So I would never say no to a.
Were you the first in this business, Jordan, you think?
I know a few others that do it.
I mean, in the States, are there people that do it for the NBA
I know,
players?
Exactly. I know a lot of people in the States. But as I said, I've worked with the Adidas, Pumas, Nikes.
Yeah.
So, I guess they're coming.
And is this your future? Are you going to branch into other forms of clothing or other forms of
your own brand,
personalised
my own brand.
Yeah.
Well, that is the aim. Yeah, that aim is to create my own, whether it's with a brand or not, is to create my own boot or trainer.
Yeah. So they don't make. I mean, obviously, if you're a big Declan Rice fan or a big Erling Haaland fan, and they look at those boots, they could say, "I want that as well." And they can't probably afford you to come and do it for them. But are there brands that have said, "Let's do a sort of Jordan Dawson collection"?
On the way.
Oh, okay. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Because
you're tied down to
exactly.
it.
Yeah. So that is the aim,
In NBA, they all have their own. They all have their own.
And I've
deals,
done different sports as well. So not only football.
Ben Stokes, you did.
Ben Stokes.
Cricket boots.
I've done Anthony Joshua,
Wow.
Usain Bolt, and Sir Mo Farah.
Really? Yeah, Henry Pollock as well.
Henry Pollock in the rugby world. Yeah. So just going basically.
What did Usain Bolt want?
So that was for Soccer Aid.
Oh, all right.
And funny enough, he had an anime character on it. Well, I did 2 pairs. The first one was obviously his record-breaking time in the 100 meters, and then had his iconic celebration on the side.
Have you got a favourite, by the way? Is there one that you've done? You thought, you know what, I was really pleased with that, and I liked the design, and it all came together.
Just because, well, he's in the news at the moment, but just because I'm a Chelsea boy, I've done 2 pairs for Enzo Fernandez, and one was celebrating the 2022 World Cup win, so that was a special one for me as well.
You should do a pair now. Reaction. Boo! Boo! Across the boots.
Cursed boots now, like the opposite of Billy's boots.
Yeah. Did you so some of the boys at the World Cup, were they wearing your design?
At the World Cup, they're quite restrictive,
right?
Because a lot of the brands were wearing pink boots, and they wanted it to stand out. And I think it was the contrast between having pink and green was the highest contrast.
Yeah.
And a lot of brands, I don't know if they knew, but they all actually went with pink.
They all wore pink boots.
They did, yeah.
It was kind of a clash of like, well, what brand are they actually wearing unless you got a close-up?
Yeah.
So all the rest just
You think the millions and millions of pounds the marketing departments, more than that probably, spend on that, and then they all of them at once think, pink boots on a green background, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
So then everybody had the same boots on.
Yeah, it was crazy. Maybe it was a thing together. I'm not sure.
It was, because everybody noticed it, didn't
What
they?
boots do you wear when you play?
I can't really say.
Yeah, he doesn't want to
I don't want to tie myself to a brand.
And have
It's all right. I don't play as much as I used to.
No,
but
okay.
Have you pimped your own? Do you still do that to your shoes these days?
Funny enough, I haven't done my own pairs. I've done pairs like on trainers, for instance, and I've kept the first ever pair of customs I've kept in a.
Well, it's like dentists always have bad teeth.
You're a bit like a painter and decorator who's got wallpaper hanging off their own walls, and the missus says, "When are you going to do our place up?" Well, I'm too busy doing other people's places up. Yeah,
take the work of busman's holiday.
So it's a fascinating world. If a Sunday morning player feels it, I mean, will you work for anybody?
Of course. Yeah, they can message me on my Instagram, which is just my name is Jordan.Dawson.
Yeah.
And they can just give me a message.
Good stuff.
That's fascinating. Well, what an interesting world.
Good luck with it.
Yeah, it is really. Thank you very much for coming in. So people can find you on all your socials and look at your work and see the stuff you've done for the Stars, as well as maybe have a chat and. Nice.
There we are.
And see you get your shoes pimped, Charlie.
Hey,
what are you wearing
I
today?
might do. I wear black boots, Paul, because I'm quite hard.
Fair enough. You're
quite a tough guy.
See a bit of a
midfield.
swoosh on your
I dominate the midfield.
You do. That's it. No messing about. Thank you, Jordan. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much
for coming in. So still to come, we got waste half an hour. Kids game, the birthday spread. Tim Vickery with the latest from South America. I'm sure he'll have some We'll find out a bit more about Alan. We need to talk about Alan.
Exactly, yeah.
And Stephen Grant will join us, comedian and Brighton and Hove Albion fan. They take on Tromsø tonight. 0-0 from the first leg in the Conference League. You fancy him to get the job done after the way they played at the weekend tonight. But we'll chat to Stephen and this transfer link to Liverpool, one of their players that we've seen on the social media. That's all to come.
They were set a target by Celtic. That win should have been enough. And I know personally my football club has lost a 4-goal lead in the first leg before. So it can happen, and you really build yourself up. If you think you can do it, you get yourself there. And Lask have obviously had those meetings, done that work, done those trainings, and they've got themselves a victory in the tie and gone through. I think what this says about Scottish football is really important. And let's face some facts here. Celtic are below the New Saints of Wales, Shelbourne of Ireland. They're behind La Fiorita of San Marino in the rankings in Europe. The Austrian League is ranked below the Scottish League, and yet Lask have just beaten Celtic. And Lask have got no real European pedigree or history of success. So How has this happened? I think you've just got to go back to the end of last season. Scottish football is eating itself. Every season it happens, and last season it happened worse than ever. Hearts showed some smart thinking, some common sense to build, to do something a bit special, to do something unheard of. And what happened was Celtic panicked, took a huge step backwards by appointing Martin O'Neill, no disrespect. And yes, they won the title, they won the cup and all that, but at what cost? At what cost? I look at Rangers took the Hearts captain and top scorer Shankland. They're wasting his talent at Ibrox. Rangers have had a European mayor. Hearts collapsed out of the Champions League before the end of July. Celtic an embarrassment. I think the clubs in Scotland need to take more responsibility, work together to save the future of Scottish football, to save themselves and the Scottish national team as well.
talkSPORT Sports Update with NordVPN. 24/7 digital privacy and protection in one easy-to-use app.
For the headlines at 2 minutes past 3, I'm Tom Clayton. Good afternoon. Bradley Barcola is a big game player and should have a positive impact on Liverpool. So says talkSPORT's Simon Jordan, who thinks he arrives better placed to be immediately successful compared to Alexander Isak.
But when it comes to coming from PSG and having won the Champions League, having dominated Europe, playing a significant part in what is a team that has been recognised probably as the best team in Europe, I think is a better blueprint.
We understand Liverpool and PSG have agreed terms on a £100 million deal, rising to 120 with add-ons. Meanwhile, Ayoub Bouadi will be ready to play straight away. He's arrived at City and could even feature tomorrow night against Palace, live on talkSPORT. Enzo Maresca says he's impressed with his maturity.
He doesn't look 18. He looks already mature. That is important. But again, in this case, we need to go slowly because it's very young, came from different country, needs adaptation. So no rush for him.
Elsewhere today, HMRC have filed a petition for Jamie Carragher to be declared bankrupt over an unpaid tax bill. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia has declared support for FIFA President Gianni Infantino. And England are back out at Lords looking to recover from a tough morning session. They've just gone past 100. Sam Allard.
100 for 4, but Dan Lawrence, the lucky boy, dropped on 10. It's an absolute dolly. He should be out, looking to use his feet to come down the track to Karam. It's a full ball on his pads, flick straight to the fielder at square leg. Shan Massoud's there. He should take the catch. It's a drop. It's another poor piece of fielding by Pakistan. They were nowhere near good enough in the field in the first test, and once again, it's another drop. Lawrence has got 10. Cox has got 38. England are 100 for 4.
talkSPORT News.
Andy Burnham says the UK will be there for Nepal in its hour of need as the death toll from the floods there goes beyond 350 people. And 3 major airports, including Manchester, have been hit by a cyber attack. More with Toby at 5:30.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. Keep summer journeys safe. Visit your local centre or quickfit.com to book your tyres, MOTs and servicing so you can drive away happy every time.
Weather warnings for thunderstorms remain in place in central areas. That band of rain moves in a northwesterly direction this afternoon. Warm and humid, especially in the south.
It's Paul Hawksbee and Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT. News reaching us that Spurs have signed Omar Mamouche.
Oh, yes. I think that's a good signing, Paul. Very good.
I like him. I think he's a really good player.
Will he play in the middle, Paul?
don't know what they're thinking of doing. I mean, I don't think they're done. They're going to try and bring Gakpo in. He can play anywhere along the front line. I think he quite likes playing. I mean, we do have a need for someone to play through the middle. Solanke scored last night. I think that would have been good for him to get a goal.
Yeah, he's never scored more than 9. He scored 19 goals.
Yeah, when he was at Bournemouth. Yeah, he did.
Season,
Yeah.
So.
I mean, look, that if he scores 19 goals,
no, that's what I mean.
That's what delighted.
That's what you need. That 20, that magic 20.
I mean, the build-up play in that team was very good, and he was one of those sort of Johnny on the spot. And often he'd just sort of pop up and put them away and scored some good goals. But I think what we need is better supply lines for a lot of our front players, and they need to. We'll see what happens. But so Spurs signed Omar Mamouche from Manchester City. I don't know if you saw the story, Charlie.
Oh yeah.
You're obviously fully aware of the fact that unless you've been in a coma for a week, Erling Haaland's had a haircut.
He's had a haircut, Paul.
It's the
I think
only
it's a
story
mistake
in town.
Samson and Delilah.
Well, that's right. There was using that particular.
And when he missed that one early on, I thought, You may
remember the Russian model who was a bit of a lookalike, a female model.
Is she going to?
She's joining us again tomorrow.
Oh,
to tell us whether she's prepared to get it all cut off.
The game's gone for her.
Yeah, hopefully, says the producer. I thought she was nailed on.
Right.
What's gone wrong? Oh, well, I'll have a chat off air. Anyway, she was supposed to be coming on.
I like it when you have a production meeting on air. That's always good.
That's right. Who else we got on? But the reason I bring it up is that Erling Haaland said Vikings had short hair as well. So I thought there was a bit in that, wasn't there? The Viking goes to the barbers. Hello, Olaf, sit down. I haven't seen you for a while. You going away this year? I am actually. Where are you going? I'm going to a place called Britain. Oh, okay. Well, what are your plans? Quite a lot of pillaging. I think it's mainly going to be pillaging.
And then he says something for the weekend.
Yeah. Let's not go there.
Don't go there, Paul.
100 up for England, which is good news.
Isn't it?
Yeah, Cox is doing rather well. 38 for him.
Ben set off early, Paul. He's just arrived in Wakefield. He's having some pie and mash in a cafe. Then he's off to Deb's Ironing Shop for the birthday spread.
He's going there.
He's going the away. Deb's Ironing Shop away. That's what he's saying.
Do people congregate in Deb's Ironing Shop in Wakefield to listen to the spread?
We should do the spread one day.
Live from
Deb's Ironing Shop.
Might be a difficult,
like that.
Might be a difficult sell, mightn't it?
Griff says at this rate of wickets, England will be good for happy hour. It's a nice joke, Paul.
Yeah. No, we've rallied.
It's a good joke.
We've rallied. The conditions have got a bit easier by the look of it, hopefully. But Tim Vickery's going to join us very shortly. We will find out more about Alan. The new signing at City.
You've been asking for some. Ronnie O'Sullivan has been breaking wind in China.
Well, he's basically gone there. The diet has not agreed with him where he's at the Wuhan Open, and there was a time when Wuhan wasn't open, of course.
Oh, of course not.
But he's had a lot of wind, and even around some of the games he's been playing, he's not been able to hold it in. And we were just, as delicately as we could, we were asking the question of the inopportune moments. You have done just that.
Yeah, I went to church with my 10-year-old boy to get him into a good school. This is Darren, the Man United fan. Yeah. One Sunday morning, while everyone was praying, I thought I'd let a bit of silent gas out. We know what happens here. Yeah. Turned out not so silent. Everyone starts giggling and looking at me, so embarrassed. But I think he got into the school by all accounts. So maybe
they thought the dad was good for laughs. Yeah, great. A very quiet moment in a parents' evening.
The Lord moves in mysterious ways. Yeah, Paul, so on my first trooping the colour. This doesn't sound
not trumping the colour.
I was sat on my trusty steed. When Her Majesty
you wouldn't hear it over that brass band, though, would you?
Depends what they were playing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was facing Her Majesty.
I didn't know there was a trombone part in this. What about that?
That sounds like 77 trombones.
Yes.
I all of a sudden needed. This is Bradley Corbett. All of a sudden needed the
Mr.
toilet.
Corbett. Yeah.
And I said to the producer and I asked my Lance Corporal what I should do. He replied, "Well, you're not getting off that horse for 2 more hours. So use your brain, trooper."
Right.
There was only one thing for it. Before I knew it, I was wearing buckskin trousers that were full of urine. There's nowhere else to say
Thank you for that.
And I had not to get off the horse for another 2 hours.
Wow, poor horse.
Poor horse.
Yeah.
Goodbye Horse. Have you ever sang Goodbye Horse? Is that a Torquay? Is that a Torquay song?
What's Goodbye?
Goodbye horse, goodbye horse. I was saying goodbye to my horse. As I was saying goodbye to my horse, I was saying goodbye to my horse. horse. Goodbye, horse. Goodbye, horse. Is that only
That
us?
feels a very non-league song.
Is that only Torquay United? Any other teams sing Goodbye Horse?
Do any other teams sing Goodbye Horse? I don't think Real Madrid sing it.
Oh, there we are. Well, you know. He should be there, by the way.
Oh, okay. What, our next guest?
Our next guest, I think he's there.
Oh, we're still working on it.
Still working on it. Okay, well, maybe not. Hi, guys.
Oh, we've got him.
Okay.
Brighton v Tromso tonight, live on talkSPORT 2.
We also had a lot of people farting whilst in headphones, thinking they'd got away with it.
Ah, okay. Well, that'll teach him. That'll teach him. So, yes, Brighton Tromso, live on talkSPORT 2. 0-0 from the first leg. Joining us now, comedian, Brighton and Hove Albion fan, Stephen Grant. Hello, Stephen.
Hello, Stephen.
Hi, guys.
Were you happy with a 0-0 last? Were you happy with the draw taken back to your place?
It was our very first competitive game, as you would expect for kind of a Conference League playoff. So we had literally no idea what to expect. We've had a pretty good pre-season when it came to sort of friendlies, and some of them were against decent teams like Roma and Bologna and stuff like that. But you never know. So a 0-0 against the team is obviously a lot further down the ladder than us, and my God, it's so far north. I mean, so incredibly far north. 130 miles north of the Arctic Circle, and playing on a 3G pitch. You know, I mean, to be honest with you, it's like, it just, I didn't know whether it was 16 degrees, by the way, so it wasn't as if we couldn't cope with the cold or anything. So 0-0, we don't know if that was a great result or shocking. We've absolutely no idea.
From what you saw of them, though, Stephen, do you feel quite confident from what you made of what you saw of Tromso last week?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you why. Because they beat a fairly decent team in their second round of qualifying as well. Actually trounced them 5-0 away, and that was like the Romanian champions or something like that. So it was. So there's definitely quality there. There's been a sort of like a Scandi resurgence, a bit like a mixture of film noir and Bodo Glimt. You know, this whole idea that neck of the woods is suddenly pulling out the bag. It looks like literally 30 years of oil money has certainly transformed their football. So we don't know what to expect. The only thing I would say is that Brighton actually, say it quietly, bearing in mind we've lost some key players, look decent this year. That Villa demolition was great.
You did look good. I mean, Villa were poor, but you did look really, really good, actually.
Yeah, the irony of it is we look quite sharp, which is the one thing we didn't look in the first leg. And ironically, when Villa went down to 10 men, we then didn't score. And that was for the remaining sort of 50 minutes of the game. But we had it kind of sewn up by then. So I'm still unsure. The only thing I would say is, though, there's going to, that was a small ground we were playing against when we were away at Tromso. It's a large following. The Albion have done a lot to try and make this, a big atmosphere for this game. They've opened up some new corners of the stand, and I think this might, I think a little bit of fan power might carry Brighton through, but it certainly isn't going to be, they're a lot better than Villa. That's what I'm saying.
When you're Brighton and it's the transfer window, do you sort of not count the season started until it's over because you think, well, who are Chelsea or who are this season Liverpool? Who are Liverpool going to come in for? Do you
try and nick?
Because that's your business model. A lot of the time is sort of develop well and sell high.
Yeah, I think the reason. Yeah, and because Brighton are really good at getting market value from their players, it means that the buying teams have only got the choice of buying at the last minute. So whereas other teams will go, no, we're not selling, Brighton will always allow their players to be sold if it's the market value, which means that, if Liverpool do want to come in for a very sprightly ex-Newcastle winger, then I don't want to jinx it by saying his name, then they're going to have to cop up 80 million, which probably won't happen if they're going to get Barcola. I don't know. But the reality of it is that because we dig our heels in on price, it's always at the last minute. So the transfer window for us is stressful right until it shuts.
Even the good people at Curry's have been having some fun at not at Brighton's expense. I think if you've seen this, it's
the Brighton Curry's member of staff is holding out for a transfer.
Phil, wasn't it?
Phil at Brighton
Liverpool
Curry's,
trying to sign feel. I don't know if the Liverpool fans feel about all that. So Vuskovic,
I wasn't 100. Didn't know that Curry still existed.
Oh, no.
I thought everything was online now. So, I was very pleased to hear that they're still. But no, they're very important in the world. If my son wants to try out a gaming keyboard, he's got to go and push every single key in a warehouse. Well done, Curry.
They do have a big online presence. Not that I've got no skin in the game. I'm just telling you, they are on.
Curry's advert now. This
great news for Curry.
Speaking of adverts, you're brilliant. I did your brilliant comedy club the other week in Brighton. The Forge goes from strength to strength. Stephen, you run that. You're a sort of one-man band. I know you've got a team, but, that is your club. People should get down there. Who's on this weekend?
This weekend, I don't know. I should not be prepared for this, should I?
Well, you're normally on there, so it's normally.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I'd like to point out, by the way, you might have spotted, for those of you who watch this back or get to see the video, that I'm actually at an airport right now, about to get on a Norwegian flight, going back to Gatwick. But I'm not. It's touch and go. I'll make the ground in time. But there are a few Norwegian and sort of. I think I've seen a few Tromso shirts kicking around the airport at the moment.
You could go. Stand! It's like you've come to them. Like the Brighton Ultras have come to their country to kick off before they even get to England.
I'm just thinking that Norway's very much a seafaring nation. If I do a passable seagull impression, is there a good chance they'll be spooked by that? Or do they think I'm just choking on one of their very hard pieces of bread that they seem to consider acceptable?
The Brighton Ultras, all they do is they just recommend a horrible brand of hummus.
Yeah. Here we are. I wouldn't open with it, Charlie.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Stephen. All the best. Enjoy the game.
Worries. Cheers. Thank you.
It's not safe even at work.
Stephen Grant there, comedian and Brighton fan and club owner. You've played his club, Charlie.
Very nice. He did a brilliant bit of comment. I'll tell you off air.
Yeah, okay.
Brilliant bit of emceeing he did the other week.
Oh, okay. Good stuff. Yeah, one from the Blue Book. UEFA filed legal documents in the USA saying it's considering criminal proceedings against Gianni Infantino in Switzerland. What about that? Martin Ziegler, the man at the very heart of this story from the Times, has just posted that. So what about that? Blimey. Although they are considering it, and of course the other day they were considering not being involved in any FIFA competition.
And now they're involved
in
the
reconsidered
Under-19s World Cup. Yeah,
make of that what you will. Tim Vickery is going to join us, South American correspondent, in a few moments' time. Former editor of the Racing Post, friend of the show, Palace fan Bruce Millington said, I went on a Club 1830 holiday to Greece in 1986. One of the reps, and we went on the bar crawls, used to sing Goodbye Horse, and we all joined in. I have not heard it for 40 years until Charlie piped up just now.
Goodbye Horse, we sing, and Charlton apparently sing Goodbye Horse.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Lee the Addict's been in touch.
Let's compile the clubs that sing Goodbye Horse before we go home at 4 and hand over to Andy and Benty. Tim Vickery joins us next. We'll find out more about Allen City fans and other stories from South America. We're here at Tool Station. Browse the full range of indoor and outdoor lighting, in-store or online. First stop, Tool Station.
I saw Martin doing his interview afterwards and covering the players. It was an appallingly cowardly performance from Celtic.
Cowardly?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the goal that really started the rot was an unforgivable error from one of their players knocking it back into the space where the guy can just run in and score a goal, which brought them back from the dead, this team. And then to concede goals directly after half-time, you wonder what managers say to these players at half-time that makes them so unresponsive that they go and concede a goal. But I thought it was a dreadful performance. And all this nonsense about, they might have got lucky in the first leg. I didn't hear that narrative being spun out when they won the first leg 3-0. All of a sudden, people are saying, well, they got lucky in the first leg. They did have a lot of shots on goal, this team. Their expected XG was 3 last week, but they didn't score 3. They scored 0.
Yeah.
And in this instance, you look at the performance and you go, what Martin taking the blame for it. This is not about Martin O'Neill. This was about the players on the field. And they didn't buy this player. And they sold £36 million worth of players and they only bought in £32 million worth of players. And the players that came off the bench didn't look like they had the wherewithal. It should never got to the stage where extra time came to play and the players that came off the bench look all lost. They were just cowardly. They were 4-0 up in a Champions League qualifier with the game done. They hand them back an initiative by giving them 1 goal, and then they absolutely capitulates.
Yes, yeah, cowardly.
But I mean, I know that will be extra, that will be lifted up and maybe quoted somewhere else. But you can't think of any other word. Now, Martin can do all the best he wants. Now, Martin will be privately seething and sitting there and realising that the players have let him down.
Fuming.
But what he will do as an old school manager is deflect from the players and make it about himself. There's nothing about what Martin O'Neill did on that pitch that could legislate or on the dugout or what tactics set up that can legislate for a capitulation of that order.
Yeah.
TalkSPORT, traffic and travel with Subway. Check out our great range of saver subs, including the triple cheese.
I can't watch this. You definitely saw it then.
No!
Guys, come on! Get in it! What was that?
You see this crap every single game in the Premier League.
Oh, this is
out. No goal.
That
was embarrassing.
Time then to get the very latest from the world of South American football. And once again, Tim Vickery joins us. Hi, Tim.
Hello, Tim. Very good afternoon. I've been through the desert on a goodbye horse with no tune. Does that sum up proceedings so far?
I mean, you love an old reference, Tim. You've been away long enough. But do you know that? What's the song again? What's it called?
Wing to the, it's by America.
No, I know that. No, the song that you were talking about.
Goodbye Horse. Goodbye Horse.
Do you remember football fans singing Goodbye Horse, Tim?
No. I'm going to say goodnight, Irene, to Goodbye Horse. Never did.
Goodbye Horse, goodnight.
Now, a bit off the pitch, you've been keeping us in touch with the Diego Maradona trial, the trial of the people accused of being responsible for his death, and it has taken another turn, hasn't it? Another twist in many twists.
Oh God, it's surreal. Yeah, 7 medical professionals. They're being accused of a treatment which was, and I quote, inadequate, deficient, and reckless. Now, the first trial collapsed. Trial by 3 judges. One of the judges was on the side in cohorts with a TV documentary that had the editorial line that they were all guilty. Now, clearly, that's a stain on her impartiality. Yeah. So they had to scrap the whole thing, pick themselves up, dust themselves down, and start all over again. The second trial. Now, the main accuser here is it's a medical board who have looked at the treatment that Maradona received before his death nearly 60 years ago and come up with this conclusion that it was inadequate, deficient, and reckless. Start of last week, the liver specialist. There is a word for this, and I wrote it down. Nephrologist.
Oh, yes.
There's your word for the day. Yeah. The nephrologist was giving evidence, and he said, look at Diego Maradona's liver. Look at the tests that have been done on Diego Maradona's liver. Look, this liver I put before you clearly shows years of fighting against obesity, against hypertension, cocaine abuse, and they weren't doing the tests on the liver that they should have been doing, the daily blood tests. This is clearly, I'll put it to you, inadequate, deficient, and reckless. Case closed? Oh no, because the defence had an excellent answer the following day. They said, you know this liver that you've just been going on about? It belonged to Diego Maradona. It didn't belong to Diego Armando Maradona. Diego Maradona was his dad, who was 33 years older. Is it any wonder that the liver looked in terrible conditions? It seems that these tests were carried out on the wrong Maradona just a few months before he died in 2015. So the trial then had to be suspended while they work out what to do. It's due to start again today. Well, first of all, they have to work out who on earth is responsible for passing the wrong Maradona's details onto the medical board, and second, what is the effect of this bombshell on the trial? And it could well be that they have to start all over again. So even beyond the grave, Maradona continues to cause controversy.
I would imagine Diego Armando Maradona's liver, for some of the reasons you may have touched on there, isn't in great nick either, or wasn't. I would imagine, Tim.
Indeed, yeah, but we need the evidence.
We need the You can't just do it. Yes. You can't just do it based on all tittle tattlers. It's nuts.
Or his father.
Yeah, or his dad. Yeah, you can't blame the old man for that one. Transfers.
If someone was to do my lungs on the basis of my dad's lungs.
Yeah, that's true.
They'd be carting me off. No, please don't do that, medical people.
Alan to Manchester City. Let's look at some of the deals that have been done or could be done. Yeah. What are City getting? A good player?
Yeah, a good footballer. I suppose he's coming in there for Savinho. I don't know if you were there last night when Savinho showed that he can play a bit. Alan is less of an out-and-out winger. And he can do that. There's something of a winger about him. But why he's been bought, I think, is his versatility. And it's this that his former coach now, Abel Ferreira at Palmeiras, was stressing over the weekend. Because he can defend, and he can cut infield and make the extra man in midfield. So he kind of gives you three players in one. So I would hope that he's going to be a good addition, a good squad addition. But I don't think he's going to be like wonder kid superstar kind of thing. Enzo Maresca knows him. Alan got a gig for the Club World Cup, the knockout stages of the Club World Cup. And he played against Chelsea, who Maresca was then coaching. So Maresca knows what he's getting, and as I say, I don't think this is superstar, but this is a good, solid, versatile player, left-footed, rangy, works down the right flank, but can work back and can work in as well.
Ipswich looking to sign a World Cup winner, Ezequiel Palacios.
Yes,
a good bit of business, you think?
I like him very, very much. He's kind of authoritative. Put his foot on the ball. Argentine central midfielder. He actually, in the last World Cup, he only got one go, which was in that third group game against Jordan, where he filled in at right back, which I've never seen him before. Only two problems I can see. One is that he ran into a few injuries there. He's been at Bayer Leverkusen for 6 years, and last year was a little bit injury hit. The other is I would see him as most suited to a possession-based side. I don't know if Ipswich are able to do that, but I think the way to get most out of him is to be a possession-based side. So I'll be interested to see how he fits into what Ipswich want to do.
You say Forest are looking to sign a Brazilian midfielder, Tim?
Yeah, they're in negotiations apparently with a lad called André, 20 years old, strong central midfielder from Corinthians in São Paulo. I'm a little bit surprised. He hasn't got much behind him, André. He kind of came into contention back end of last season, had a few good months and has fallen off since. And mentally, there may be one a little too... He's been sent off stupidly in vital games. He's got himself suspension for obscene gestures and so on. He looks to me very much a work in progress. So I'm a little bit surprised by Forest's interest.
And when more or less out of time, but just very quickly, Julian Alvarez, that saga goes on that with Atletico saying they won't sell him to Barcelona. Arsenal maybe in the box seat. I don't know what you're hearing over there.
Yeah, well, I think Arsenal are in the box seat if Atletico let him go. And he wants to be both important in the side and in a side that's going for major silverware. And Arsenal would seem to offer him both of those things. But the ball is now in the court of Atletico Madrid. Are they going to keep him even though he's unhappy? They're not going to sell him to a Spanish side. It looks like Arsenal is their only hope of getting all that money back. So it's up to Atleti and what they decide.
Excellent, Tim. As always, we'll catch up with you next week.
Thanks, Tim.
Look forward to it. Cheers.
Tim Vickery there. There we go. City fans have a pretty honest take on Alan and all the other transfer stories are there, thanks to Tim. Birthday spread coming up next. Just a reminder, after 4, Andy Goldstein and Darren Bent will be joined by Kevin Hatchard. The Champions League draw will take place this afternoon, and they'll be right across that. And we've got live football for you, of course. Andy will be off to Chelsea Luton, but before that, he joins us for the birthday spread.
Emmanuel Petit joined the station yesterday and spoke on the difference that he could make to this Liverpool side.
On the left flank, this guy can make so many differences. And this is what's missing as well with Liverpool, the speed, something that can be fast, running with the ball, that can not scare, of fighting against defenders. And this is exactly what they are missing at Liverpool. They have good players, but they need, modern football is based on the fast players, who can make this decision within a few seconds, can make differences, with the ball. And I don't think many players, at Liverpool actually for that.
Well, he's right, Gabby, isn't he? Oh. I mean, it's not all about pace, but I tell you what, nowadays, if you
pace kills, Ali.
Oh my goodness! Come on. Well, you know better than MD. You know better than MD, mate.
Pace kills, Ali, and Liverpool would be interesting how they set up now, Ali, with Barcola in the team, because they could half in certain games, Ali, sit back a little bit,
Yeah.
Bring the opposition out and Barcola on the counter. Ooh.
I agree with you. However, I think that'd be very, very difficult to do for any Liverpool side at Anfield.
Yes,
because I'm not
more
sure.
Away from home.
The fans just, and quite rightly, encourage them to go and attack, and have been used to that for years and years. So I hear what you're saying, but I think it'd be very difficult.
That threat though as well, Ali. Just having that pace. Like Sean says, it scares defenders.
Of course it does.
You're okay. Right side centre half's got to squeeze over and double up on Barcola. You can't leave him 1v1. He's ripping any defender in the Premier League 1v1. He's unstoppable, Ali. You can't be quick and tall and long strides and everything. He's a different animal.
Who doesn't love the Ryder Cup, the competition that ignites and unites the greats of golf like no other? 1927 brought us the very first edition at the Worcester Country Club in Massachusetts. For the first 22 editions, when it was just British and Irish golfers versus the US, America were only beaten 3 times. But in 1979, in came Europe, and in came Seve Ballesteros, who went on to win 5 of them. Since Team Europe became a thing, the head-to-head reads Europe 13, USA 9. Europe's last away win was the Miracle at Medina in 2012. America hasn't won on European soil since 1993 at the Belfry. So what about the money? The most recent Ryder Cup in Rome drew in a record 271,000 spectators and boosted the Italian economy by €262 million. The PGA of America TV deal with NBC is worth $440 million, but 2025 will be the first time ever that the US team will receive a fee for playing. Of course, in Rome, legend has it Patrick Cantley refused to wear his cap because he wasn't being paid to wear it, though he insisted it simply didn't fit. Either way, Team Europe have made it clear they're more than happy to keep playing for the thrill, joy and prestige of the Ryder Cup.
Yep, prepare for the next 25 minutes to be wasted.
A waste of time. Gauge the age.
Gauge the age.
Welcome to Gauge the Age.
Yeah, also alternatively known as the birthday spread. 10 birthdays compiled by Andy Jacobs with a little gagette attached to each one.
Yeah.
Can Charlie and I guess how old these people are? Some will know, some we won't. A margin
That sounds quite childish when you explain it.
It's
like that.
witless. A margin of error will build. Margin of error will build over the next 25 minutes, and the one with the shortest margin of error as we make these guesses is the winner. Good afternoon, Andy.
Good afternoon, boys. How
You're off to the match, first game at the Bridge to look forward to.
Well, there lies another tale. Oh, my brilliant football club, honestly. I had the tickets, I enrolled in the cup scheme, blah, blah, blah. Went to check for the tickets for tonight. Not there. So I checked my emails. They've sent me an email saying, oh, no, you didn't actually enroll on the scheme. The payment didn't. You've got to do something else and do this and that and the other. So I've got no tickets for tonight. I didn't even see it. They're so useless.
Oh, they are useless. Buy or sell.
Getting off his
Buy or sell.
The app.
On
the app.
Whoever designed that app is hopeless.
Oh. Is it the app's fault? Is it Andy's fault?
No, it's the app's fault. A lot of people have been complaining about it.
Okay, and I'll give you a pass.
Scrap the app. It's the follow-up. It's the follow-up to Gauge the Age.
Yeah.
Scrap the app.
Isn't it? Scrap the app.
Hello, Jeff. How are you doing?
Hello, Jeff.
Good afternoon to you, boys. I've not been able to get any tickets for Leicester City, but
that's good news, isn't it?
I'm really happy. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So last week on the birthday spread / Gauge the Age, Paul came from 14 behind with 2 to go to win. He leads 13-7 this year, and for the stat fans out there, he was 6 ahead this time last year.
Wow, let's see how we get on today then.
Who wants to know that other than John at
the
Deb's
completist? Here's Pele and Sergio Mendes.
Okay, we get underway this week with the singer-songwriter from Judas Priest, Rob Halford.
Rob Halford,
Halford. And like Rod Stewart, Rob's got his own full-size football pitch. And when we played there, I put in a terrific 45 minutes, but I had nothing left. Had to come off at the interval. I could only do it for half at Halford's.
Hey,
I liked it. It's good.
It's still
the interval. I like you called it the interval.
Still,
well,
like you were at the National.
I couldn't say half twice. I knew half.
Oh yeah, of course, same word.
He's got to be in his 70s now, I would think. 72.
72.
Yeah.
I think that's a good shit.
Breaking the law. Breaking the law. Breaking the law. I'm not breaking the law. Not my age. Sorry, Rob, if you're listening.
75.
He is, in fact, 75.
Bang.
Standard.
1-0.
Somebody bought an issue of Kerrang last week, didn't they? Someone bought Kerrang. What's the scores, Jeff?
Charlie on 0, Paul on 3.
Yes.
Bit smelly, but we
Why is that smelly?
We carry.
Yes, it was a good guess.
I don't know. So, Charlie leads us on for birthday number 2.
Birthday number 2, the brilliant Alison Steadman from Abigail's Party, the Here We Go, what a career.
Yeah.
And her latest collaboration with Mike Lee is a play about an awkward evening spent at a dinner hosted by a former Blackburn Rovers striker.
Yeah.
Yes, you must go and see Howard Gale's Party.
Oh, very good. Marvellous, yeah. So.
Right, Tone.
Yeah.
How old's she?
I'm going to see it in a few weeks, actually. He knew it's on in the West End.
Tamsin Outhwaite.
Yeah, that's right.
She's
Kevin
been
Bishop,
very good, Kevin Bishop.
Looking forward to it. Anyway.
Yeah, I've read a few reviews bashing the Bishop, but I think he's pretty good.
Yeah.
So,
That's terrible.
No,
like it.
No, I liked it. I liked it. I'm saying nothing. So,
Charlie, someone
Harold.
needs to take Charlie in hand here, really.
Not really.
How
Well,
old?
maybe not.
How
old is Alison Steadman? I think she's 71.
I'd say she's of that, maybe older than you think. Sorry, Alison, 73.
You know what? She's 80.
No.
Well,
Blimey.
She looks good.
Well
Amazing.
done.
So what's that done to the scores, Jeff?
Paul 7 out onto 10, Charlie 9 out onto 9.
Do you think Paul's like Mick in Gavin and Stacey? Do you watch Gavin and Stacey? Paul is so like Mick. It's unbelievable. Whenever Paul's on, we're like, whenever Mick's on, we're like, they're so Paul. He's so Paul.
Larry Lamb.
Larry Lamb's so Paul. He's so. You can
Not
just
Larry
imagine.
the Lamb.
No, like, he's so like Mick.
Okay. Birthday. What do I lack? I lack a lot, Andy. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I
Anyway.
said Larry's not very good at the birthday spread.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, here we go.
Yes.
He's good at gauge the age.
Yeah,
He loves Gauge the Age.
Plays every week.
They do the lamb to the slaughter gag every week on Gauge the Age.
Yeah.
It's the actress from White Lines, Laura Haddock.
Oh yeah,
Laura Haddock. And the last time I saw Laura, she was riding pillion on the back of a Harley Davidson belonging to the actor Eric Estrada.
Oh right,
It was great to see Haddock and Chip.
Haddock and Chip.
For that, you have to know a lot of information for that job.
I know,
to work. Eric Estrada.
Yeah.
Harley
You have to
Davidson,
know
Haddock and Chips.
Haddock and
Haddock and Chips, yeah.
love a bit
Laura Haddock, White Lines. Do you know, Charlie, you a friend? Did you go to Lambda with Laura Haddock?
No, Laura Haddock. I don't know who she is. Who is she? She's in White Lines.
Yeah.
What's White Lines?
I think I know it. Wasn't it a Sky series?
Isn't it something like a phenomena?
I think.
Okay.
I'd say
Laura Haddock.
44. I'm going to go 44. Pitch it, middle diddle. 44.
44, yeah. When was White Lines out? Does
I think it
anybody
was.
know that?
Wasn't it a Sky series a little while ago?
It was an early 80s song by Grandmaster Flash.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh, it was a different.
I know
right,
that.
okay.
I'm just guessing. I'm
I'll
going
say the
44.
rest of it. Right, okay. 44 you've gone for.
Yeah.
I want to hang in the game.
Okay. Yeah,
So I'm going to say 41.
I understand that.
It's another Banbury cake. She's 41.
Oh, Charlie.
I'm just
Charlie
going to say
stays
the
on
game.
9. Paul on 13. Deary me.
It's just so brazen, isn't it?
I went into a chip shop the other day with a cod under my arm and I said, "Do you do fish cakes?" They said no. I said, "That's a shame, it's his birthday."
It's ridiculous.
And then what happened?
That's a good joke.
That's Tommy Cooper.
That's a Tommy Cooper. It's a great joke. It's a great joke.
I liked it.
I liked it. Yeah, I like silly
much.
jokes. Anyway, so 13-9, is that right? Is that right?
Yeah. 2-2. 32. 2 spot on.
Yeah, 2 spot on.
That's
cheat. So, birthday number 4, Andy.
Calling
quick.
someone a cheat in a stupid kids game. As if they'd be bothered.
Go on,
Anyway,
then.
the next.
Anyway,
I keep trying to get in.
Go on, then.
The next birthday, I wanted to check to see if she'd been in it before. And,
all right.
welcome back for the 5th time. For God's sake, Joanne Wally.
Joanne Wally.
Joanne
All
Wally,
right, yeah.
great.
And I was working with Jonah actually at Joanne rather when she
calls her Jonah. You're not that unlucky as an actress. She's been in everything.
I've done a lot. I mean, I don't know who she is, but you know.
Yeah.
I was working with her on a film when she inexplicably went missing from the set.
Yes.
The problem was nobody wanted to ask the question.
Where's Wally? That man.
Yeah.
There we are. That's what it
Where's
was.
Jonah?
Yeah.
Doesn't work, does it?
Where's Jonah?
Jonah
Wally.
So, Harold is.
I don't know who she is. You know who she is. I ain't got a clue.
I know she's an actress.
I don't know what she's been in or who she is or.
Okay.
Joanne Wally, and you know who that is.
Yeah.
Never heard of this person.
Wow. I mean, you're making her feel
Yeah.
special on her birthday, aren't you?
Happy birthday to Joanne.
You must have guessed her age at least 5 times. Well, this is
Could have had a Wally with your fish cake, couldn't
Could
you?
have had a Wally, yeah. Okay.
What do you think?
I've no
Harold,
idea.
have a
I don't know.
guess.
I don't know who she is.
Have a guess.
You say she's been in everything. You know who she is. 60.
That's a good guess.
Okay.
I think she might be a bit older than that, although I'm sure she doesn't look it. 64.
65.
Oh, well done, Paul. Very good.
Yes,
Very good.
And lots of things.
They wouldn't have
Age
Joanne
of
Wally.
Darkness back
They wouldn't
in
have
the day.
Joanne
Lots of
Wally on
films,
Gauge
lots
the
of
Age. They wouldn't have her on. They wouldn't know who she was.
What's the scores, Jeff?
Well, the last time I saw her, she was sheltering from the rain.
Oh,
She
yeah.
was a Wally with a brolly.
Oh, yeah.
okay.
So Paul 1 out, Charlie 5
at least she was
out.
dry.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah,
important.
14 all. 14 all.
14 all. Let's get into half time quickly. Here we go.
Good game.
Okay, it's the businessman, Dragon's Den investor and podcaster, Stephen Bartlett.
Oh, yeah.
Stephen Bartlett.
Yeah. Speaking of
And I've
Wally's.
just been listening to his new... I've just...
Yeah.
Really? He's quite a successful man.
Yeah.
I've just been listening to his new podcast about one of the characters in Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's very compelling. I must listen to Diary of a C-3PO.
Yeah, that's good. They should do a little spin-off.
Oh, wow, there should be a spin-off for that. That's a good idea, Andy.
Yeah.
That's
so
good.
what?
Yeah. What's that? Get up at 4 o'clock.
Yeah. Run round the block till it gets light.
Eat protein all day.
It's a winner, isn't it?
What's that, Skippy? Someone stuck in the bush, Skippy.
Yeah. So what's the? It's me, isn't it? Stephen Bartlett.
Stephen Bartlett.
Far too successful for a man of 49.
Oh, I think younger than that.
Yeah, is he younger than that? I just thought he was one of those blokes that looks young. But
45.
No, he's 34.
Yeah.
No, is he?
Put me off there.
I just thought
He's
he
like
was
a really young
I thought he was a
guy.
young-looking bloke who was older because he'd achieved so much.
Yeah, that's Jeff.
Oh, okay.
What
of
is he
course.
actually achieved?
Thank you, Andy.
Even
You're
he's
so
turned.
kind.
Even he's turned on you.
Evil. That was sad, wasn't it?
Okay, what's the scores then? That was a disaster.
I
Sorry.
look very good on my Instagram post today at Mr. Jeff Peters. I had a wedding last weekend.
You look very nice.
You should check me out on that. So Paul 15 out, Charlie 11 out. At the halfway stage, it's Paul 29, Charlie 25. Charlie leads by 4.
I could have gone further ahead there, but Paul put me off with his terrible guess.
We'll have the second half of the spread coming up very shortly. We're here with Tool Station. First up, Tool Station.
So he was shouting apparently, Allez l'homme, go Olympique Marseille, which of course is like putting oil in water when it comes to Lyon fans. They absolutely detest Olympique Marseille and they detest Guendouzi, and they showed that in their reaction. Simon, who's more at fault in these flashpoints though? Ferreira, the goalkeeping coach, reacted in a big way, and that led to widespread scuffles. Is it the provocateur, who in this case is Guendouzi, or is it those who take the bait? In this case, the Lyon fans, the Lyon players, and the Lyon goalkeeping coach?
Well, there's degrees of responsibility and culpability, but Guendouzi is the fire starter. Guendouzi's behaviour, as it was when he played in this country and decided that he could run around a football pitch telling everyone how poor they were in comparison to him, which ultimately got him shipped out of Arsenal.
Who did he tell that how much he
Neil
earned?
Maupay.
Neil Maupay of Brighton. Yeah.
And I think it was Wenger, wasn't it? Just about enough of him and said,
it was Arteta.
Was it Arteta?
Yeah, he did enough of him.
Sorry, it was Arteta who binned him off. And here he goes again. Now, people are responsible for their own behaviour. So everybody is culpable, and everybody in terms of the professionals on the field, the players, and the support staff that have got involved, it should have a consequence for it.
Yeah.
But he should have the primary consequence, because without his provocation, without his antagonising nature, without his ridiculous over egging of the pudding and baiting and inflammatory, the fans are not professional footballers.
What the hell is going on? This is literally Premier League football drama at its absolute best. Oh my Gabriel!
I can't watch this. You definitely saw it, Ness.
Messi! No! Guys, come on! Get in it!
What was that?
You see this crap every single game in the Premier League.
Oh, this is
out. No goal.
That was embarrassing.
treasury.
England have lost another wicket at Lords. Before we carry on with the spread, let's get an update from Sam Ellard.
England 120 for 5. Dan Lawrence has been run out for 20, using his feet to the spinner Usman Ali, playing it to mid-wicket. He comes down wanting a run. Cox ends him back, and it's a really good throw from Shah Masood to the keeper's end, and Lawrence is short of his ground. So Jamie Smith comes to the crease at 7. Jordan Cox not out on 42, but Dan Lawrence has to go. England 120 for 5.
Thank you, Sam. Regular updates throughout the day, and that was a delayed start, of course. The story that UEFA have filed legal documents in the USA saying it's considering criminal proceedings against Gianni Infantino. That will be explored in more detail with European football expert Kevin Hatchard after 4 with Andy Goldstein and Darren Bent. They'll also bring you the Champions League draw as it unfolds from 5. But let's get underway with the second half of the spread. First, let's find out how the TalkSPORT listeners...
Reece says, we keep saying it's a silly kids game. Turns out none of the kids at my son's 6th birthday are enjoying it either. That's a shame. Ryan, the Southampton fan...
Give them a packet of sweets. They won't care.
Currently on 34, having a go at this pathetic kids game. What are you four even doing on TalkSPORT? Love to Nigel. So that's nice. 18 out at half-time in a stupid kids game. Think of a number with Johnny Ball on the radio at best. Dave from Skem. Absolutely rubbish game this. I'm on 37. Complete waste of half an hour. I'm off to play Gauge the Age instead. Liver Sausage Larry, 43 out. He's in a bar in Menorca.
Nice.
Might need another Sam
playing
Miguel.
even on holiday.
14 at the break. Tell Charlie Joanne Waller used to be married to the late, great Val Kilmer.
She did.
Oh, I just said, sounds like your mum's friend. Val Kilmer's coming round.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on.
Let's move on. Here we go. Pele and Sergio Mendes.
Right. Okay, the first birthday of the second half.
Yes.
Fine actor from Harry Potter. He played Ron Weasley.
Oh, yeah.
It's Rupert Grint.
Rupert
Grint.
Well, Rupert
And at
Grint.
one time, he offered shelter to Shaking Stevens, who was desperately trying to avoid me. I asked a neighbour if he'd seen Shaky. He said, he's behind the Grint door.
Oh, nice, yeah.
It's an old piano and they play it hot.
Harold's Grinty.
He's going back in to play the part, isn't he?
gonna
On
be
on Broadway, isn't he?
Yeah, on Broadway, I saw that. Yeah.
Times are hard.
Yeah. I don't think they are for any of the people.
I think they're all right.
Yeah, I think they'll be all right.
Who's Shaking Stevens?
No, who are you shouting at?
Andy.
What, Shaking Stevens?
So I dropped my pen.
Andy fell over and went, oh, Shaking Stevens.
Yeah. Whenever Andy has to bend forward, that's what he's done it for 25 years. Whenever Andy bends forward,
Shaking Stevens.
Try it. It just.
And he gets up out of a chair. Oh, Shaking Stevens.
Yeah. Okay. Right. How old is Grinty? We only got 4 minutes.
We've apparently confused C3PO.
We got 5 birthdays in 4 minutes. Oh yeah, you were doing R2D2, weren't you?
Never mind, it was a
You're
good
useless.
joke.
Quick, Charlie, we got 4 minutes.
Useless.
Come on,
Thanks
Grint.
a lot.
You've been messing about too much.
Grint
Yeah,
is 30.
36.
38.
Oh, what's the scores, Jeff? Quickly.
Paul 2 out onto 31, Charlie 8 out onto 33. Paul in the lead.
I'll get in trouble if we're late.
Okay.
We've got a European Cup draw. And
come on.
UEFA are suing FIFA, so there's more important things than this rubbish.
Come on, get on with it.
Birthday
Let's
number.
just not bother with it. Just knock it on the head.
We're duty
Let's
bound.
talk about who's best, Ronaldo or Messi.
We're contractually obliged.
Who's the biggest club? Let's talk about that.
Birthday number 7.
Tell him to hurry up. He does more interruptions.
Oh, no, he does.
Okay.
Like a kid.
It's the U.S. Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bessent.
Oh, Scott.
Oh, yeah.
Scott Bessent.
And he had
he's
to
a
miss
piece of work.
He is, actually.
Yeah, go on,
He had
then.
to miss a very important cabinet office meeting with the president when he dropped a jar of salad cream on his foot. Must run in the family.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Bessent,
I'm for Dave Bessent fans. 61.
Yeah,
Do you reckon?
61. Yeah, John Aldridge don't like him, does he?
Who, Scott Bessent?
Yeah.
64. 64.
John Aldridge didn't like Scott Bessent.
What do you reckon?
64.
Oh, 3 direct hits for Charlie. Charlie on 33, Paul
What a player.
34. Oh,
The
dear.
crowd
very
love
smelly.
this. They're olaying.
Yeah, they
They're
are.
olaying.
On to birthday number 8. Here we go.
Okay, birthday number 8. She was in The Crown. Fine actress, Elizabeth Debicki. Elizabeth
Debicki.
I played football with her and her brothers.
Yeah.
They were so greedy, they wouldn't pass Debicki's.
They wouldn't pass the bickies.
Pass the Bicky.
Oh, yeah.
Pass the Bicky.
Where did biscuits, though, feature in this game of football? Why would you have
football?
Who plays
Why
football?
wouldn't you be
and
having a
ask
cup
for
of
someone to
tea?
Pass the
Or
biscuit.
like-
No, they wouldn't pass the ball. The Bickies.
Lewis Dunk.
Meant to be passing something, I suppose.
I see. Lewis Dunk, yeah.
Lewis Dunk, yeah. Very nice, very good.
Elizabeth the Bicky. How old is she?
Dunk the Bicky.
Elizabeth the Bicky in my hand.
Yes. In my... Okay, how old is she? Look at the time, Charlie.
Dom says all these jokes go over my head. I'm 27.
Tell me about it. What's
they go over my head and I write.
I don't know who she is. Elizabeth the
Yes,
Bicky.
you do.
I don't know who that is.
In the Crown.
In the Crown.
The
What does
night
she do in the
manager.
Crown?
The night
Very
manager.
tall, 6'3".
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Plays up front.
French-born, Polish father, Australian
Good at the
mother.
back, good in the air.
Yeah, that's
Very
right.
much
Plays off a
so,
much
yeah.
shorter man. The old big man. Anyway, keep going. Elizabeth Debicki. Quick.
Yeah, I don't know.
For a big woman.
55.
37.
Oh, no. It's over.
37.
You've dropped me in it. You've tried to get me doing jokes, stupid jokes.
How old is she?
And that is why I've started.
You play Princess
I've
Diana.
been playing
How
too
could you
well.
be 55?
I didn't know she played Princess
36.
Diana.
36.
I didn't know she
I was
played
here.
Princess Diana.
Paul 1 out onto 35, Charlie 19 out onto 52, 17 the gap, 2 to
That'll
go.
teach you to cheat.
Well,
Charlie.
I wasn't cheating, and I've been
Birthday number 9.
dragged into the stupidity
Birthday
there.
number
1 minute left.
Okay, John.
Have you got the discipline to
Can't be bothered.
go out on time? Here we go.
John Savage.
Oh yeah, who
What?
cares?
John Savage, which one?
The actor in
Oh,
Deer Hunter.
oh, right,
John,
yeah.
in
John
the Deer
Savage,
Hunter.
actor in Deer Hunter.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes,
What's
we were
the-
playing
do your
Fine
joke.
music
Do your
journey.
joke. Go on.
Go on then. Quick.
We were playing in a charity cricket
Oh, yeah.
match
Yeah, you always
where
play.
Michael Holding struck John just above the chest
Oh, yeah.
with a vicious bouncer. I spent the rest of the afternoon rubbing liniment on it.
Yeah.
I had to soothe the savage breast.
All right.
Nice.
Okay. Very nice.
79.
Do not Google savage breast. Right.
79. What are you going with?
Well, am I 17 behind? I mean,
Go on.
83.
What is he? Andy.
Oh, you said, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
77.
Pay attention, please.
77.
Andy.
Paul 2 out onto
Yeah.
37, Charlie 6 out onto 58.
What's the point?
21 the
No,
gap, 1 to
plenty
go.
of
Paul
points.
to go.
It's been done
first.
before.
22 each
I
way.
don't care.
Here we
I
go.
don't care. I hope it's
Look,
over
it
any
could be-
minute.
Here we go.
Well, he could be anything, this fella. Former editor of the Daily Express, Richard Addis.
Well, he's not 21,
Richard
is he?
Addis.
Richard Addis.
Well, I knew Richard when he ran his own pub.
Yeah.
Yes, Addis had a bar.
Oh, yeah. That's right. It's rather good. I'm going to go 70. It's 22, isn't it?
Yeah.
Either way. 70. 73.
Well, a pointless game and no one's enjoyed it.
73.
We could have been discussing transfers and all sorts.
You're
going
gonna
to
go 95, aren't you?
Yeah, 95. Forget it. There we go.
95.
Thanks. See you Saturday.
How old is he?
70.
Oh.
Pointless. No one enjoyed it.
Back-to-back wins for Paul.
Yeah.
14-7
No one
he
enjoyed
leads
that.
this year.
And then waste.
Back-to-back wins in a
Real
game
waste.
where you got
And
3 direct hits.
Three direct hits.
Yeah,
Standard.
Yeah. No one enjoyed it.
Thank you very much, Charlie. You're back on Saturday
I
with
enjoyed
Max.
it.
Saturday, 9 till 11, the game day warm-up with me and Max Rushton.
Thank you, Jeff. And Andy, I'll see you tomorrow. Chelsea get you in the director's box tonight if they heard what went on.
Yeah, that's
Steve, give him a call.
You sound like John Barrowman moaning about his business class.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what you sound like, Andy.
John Barrett.
We got to go. Drive is next. It's a busy show, as always, and there'll be a Champions League draw within it and reaction to that story, and yet another story, of course, regarding UEFA and FIFA. That's all to come on. We'll see you tomorrow from 1.